Flowing, but we're here. Grand final day, Furia versus Faze. The first time an all-Brazilian showdown in the grand final since that fateful day in Sao Paulo, SI24. I'm sure that might be in the memory for Faze as well.
Oh, it's certainly in my memory. Cannot wait to jump into this series. Faze have looked formidable as always, but to be fair, if there's any team that can take them down in a duel like this,
she's already starting.
Now let's jump in.
Oh, so the moment has arrived. Haven't we been
Thank
waiting?
Border Fortress Lair Club as
Furia.
well. Damn.
Just
that
under
is
5
hard.
months since this roster was put together, constructed by Herds himself. For Faze, talk about a wealth of experience. They're not shy to a day like today, but for both these teams, it's a coveted esports World Cup trophy that is not in either cabinet. Furia will defend first here on Bank. Of course, a best-of-5 grand final to really separate these two teams.
Very much a marathon and certainly not a sprint. But both teams will be eager to get off to the best of starts. Faze looking to go Exy heavy in this round with the Glaz and the Sense combo. And with the Kaid out of play, expect hatch heavy emphasis here from the attack. Interestingly, Furia electing to forfeit this first floor control with little contest. All 4 to 5 members, basement, box 0, a bit of a wild card. Blue initially. He, though, is able to scamper back to red.
Furia happy to play it safe, though, in the opening round. Bank their map pick, 4-1 record for Furia over the last 4 months. The only loss being to NIP 3 months ago. 1-2 record, though, for Faze. Haven't won it for 6 months. So even though they come into the grand final as most likely for many the favorites, a big test first up. Minute 20 remaining on the clock and still 5 versus 5. Faze will creep closer to attacking this basement bomb site. Cyber now with the exothermic to open up the server side wall. A long angle, KDS on the Blackbeard holding close. They do have the ROUs from Vidiking on the Sens to help get this plant down. 2 smoke grenades still available for Souls to play off towards main stairs as we enter the final minute.
3 gas babes and 20 Shemeka launches still up for Furia. Default plant is not an option for Faze. They'll need to go for an off-meta position or the Flood, and the Sense will facilitate that.
I think the Flood will be probably their goal. As you said, with the Sens and the ROUs, they can very much push down. You've got Soul pushing main stairs. Furia need to be ready for action rather than just plant denial. Vidiking with the kit is over towards admin hatch. 30 seconds, so time starting to really get low now for Faze.
Can they find the entry? Souls is trying desperately, and I love that little work from Handy over towards Garage. Vidiking teases plan.
Souls will be the first one down. They get rid of the glass. Hertz has found 2. What a way to start for him on the pen round. Vidiking will get the plant down, but Faze did lose 2 for that, but then Handy backstabs Hertz.
She's on, we love that.
This will get a little bit scrambly for Furia. As Bolts goes for the first swing from red, he falls to Vidiking, expecting more, but loses the battle to Diaz, and suddenly, it's only KDS left up. 25 seconds, 3 versus 1 for Furia.
Can Furia trade it out? 20 seconds, they need to move.
Just movers numbers, movers 1, and it is Diaz that finds the headshot. Furia may have allowed the plan, but they will get the counter to Fuse and take the opening round of this grand final.
Hertz is on his feet already. We've seen that energy from him on the stage at this Esports World Cup on a regular occurrence. It's going to be a great back and forth between these two, but a solid start for Furia. It was a bit of an awkward engagement over towards main initially, as Faze opened up sight. Handy got value with his work, but then in the post, Furia were able to isolate those picks. Always nice to get a retake on the board early.
So heading into the second round to follow. One thing that Leo mentioned on the desk, guys, was, of course, the ace has been left up. And to add further context to that, the Kanto wall, of course, near top floor elevator. That's a primary objective in opening that up and making it more difficult for the defenders to play that hallway. And it will come into effect as the attacker repick for Faze will come through. Vidiking will go on to the ace. Of course, if you don't have either the ace or the Havana available, pretty much can't get it opened up. So they make the most of that here in the second round for Faze Clan. They'll get Cyber as well onto the blitz. Staff open area the second round.
terms of expectations,
Let's
for
go.
this opening map, I've had a look back at some of the numbers between these two. Best of 3 was played in SAL for stage number 1. The second map in that series was Bank, 7-3 in favor of Furia. Started out nicely on the attack. It was a 3-3 half, then went on to win 4 rounds straight defensively. So despite being the underdogs going into the series as a whole, Furia have certainly posted good numbers against Faze on this map.
We know the Faze also like to play with that slow tempo, especially on their attacks. And has benefited them, certainly it did yesterday. Bank actually a map that is the 4th fastest for average entry time at the Esports World Cup so far. But it does sit at a 50-50 split overall, although slightly more in favor of attack on Staff Open and top floor CEO Executive. It's handy over towards Tellers. There's not much of a first floor presence, although Bolt's caught through the drone hole. I don't think he was expecting that one. And then Cyber with the pistol will get rid of Herds. Lovely attack and clear from Faze. They find the first 2 picks. They get good first floor presence. And this will throw the defense of Furia into shambles. They must find the next pick.
Yeah, low risk entries there from Faze. And they
Find it. Although the trade immediately from Cyber switched on. Catches Diaz on the trade after he got the swing kill onto Vidaking. Loira knows he's getting pressured here by the blitz. Goes for the guard break. Couldn't find the headshot. And then in the end, as Handy and Cyber combine, Faze will get the second round. They strike back. Slow, methodical, and clean.
Yeah, she got some
From Faze, that is their hallmark. That's their brand of siege. And that is what makes them difficult to deal with. Volps gets punished on the drone hole. Faze just get themselves into good positions, and then they strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty textbook round there by the Faze standard.
Ah,
2-1
she's
answered
not.
entries. And then picking apart
Like
the remaining
that.
pieces
I
of
like
that
that.
defense and not allowing Furia to aggress back into the round. Top floor for the third. And Faze are going to experiment once again in terms of this attacking comp. The 0 to be selected here for top floor.
Oh, hang on, you've gone early. You know the rules.
It is Vidaking. Yeah, that's, I was about to note they didn't play it at all the last time these two faced.
Well, I think the ace makes a lot more sense, to be honest, overall in this third round. It's probably the last chance you may get to use it. Open up Kanto, put pressure on the back line.
If it's available, you gotta use it. Util clearance as well going to be critical for Faze in this round, and so the Flores into both the castle and the Azami. Also a standard pick, and with Sophia now
I'm
having
surprised that
3
they
impacts,
have not.
it'll be
big
intriguing to see how
stats.
Furia try and sustain that util on site.
And we've seen this drone quite a few times at the Esports World Cup so far. Can get a lot of really good information towards front desk for Faze. Not just front desk, but also the elevator position, so you can usually get 2 for 1. Although this side is a pretty default setup for the defense most of the time. So Cyber will go for the lurk up main stairs on the Solid Snake.
Yeah, could look to connect with the push lobby. Maybe able to catch a defender if they drop Jan Hatch. For now, though, we'll sit and wait and allow the rest of the team to focus on the util checkpoints in this round. Again, with both the castle, the Azami, and the catch up as well. Critical to clear that. Bonus points if they can deal with Goyo canisters as well, which will be dispersed around the objective. Patience at the moment from Faze. It is still only Cyber inside of the map.
So far, all of the damage, though, has been from Faze onto Furia. Hertz took a little bit over towards airlock. Now Loira, too, towards top main. Sol's just droning through top square into CEO as he finds himself outside on the terrace.
Loira's starting to get a little bit nervous about this potential lurk.
And it's getting later in the round. He knows that one's probably lurking main stairs, but then there's also the pushing towards square, which has been pretty much vacated. It's a pretty comfortable entry for Faze if they want to go square side of the map. Volps by himself inside a janitor, hasn't got a lot of help. Loira goes down to Handy. Souls wins his battle too on said push in from top square towards janitor. He's got janitor control. Herds is in the middle of the site though by himself. They do still have Boxera playing front desk, and Elevator has not been cleared out. Cyber watching that position as he pushes in towards long desk, and he even slips on by. He finds the kill onto Herds. They need these trades back quickly. Diaz though loses to Handy. It's only Boxera left. Critical kill onto Handy to keep this round alive for Furia. For one of the new rising talents in this game for Boxera, this would be massive. He gets another one onto Cyber, and Souls will go for the plant. Is he ready for Katie? Yes, he is not. The experience will outshine. 2-1 lead for Faze.
Oh, such a suffocating brand of attack there from Faze in that round. Great build-up. They made the double stack flood over towards main work out. And whilst you could certainly argue that the very tail end of that round got a little compromised, they were still in such an advantageous position.
Holy.
And it really was theirs to lose. To the credit of Furia, they are reading in to the kind of playstyle that Faze want to execute as expected. Loira was position main, but was susceptible to the flood. Elsewhere, the U-Tool was still standing late round. Despite that, though, Faze doing a great job to find win conditions. The additional bans have come through as well. We'll see those pop up on screen in a moment's time. As expected, Furia, they've elected to double down with the range hard breach. Ace no longer available, and Faze, sensing that the U-Tool's critical, will deal with the Wamai.
Of course, with that Ace band pairing with the Hibana, Kanto wall will stay reinforced for the defense. Although for this particular site, Locker's CCTV won't have as much of an impact. Mai played twice in the actually in all 3 rounds so far from Furia. They will not have that available. Now flexing over to the Tuber route instead for Herds. And must win round, I think, early on here for Furia. Basement is the most defender-sided objective here on Bank. They won it in the opening round.
Just wait a minute. I'm gonna go get my food, by the way.
And for Faze, a little change up in their lineup as well. They'll drop the Sens, they'll drop the Glaz, so they're going to give themselves probably more of an ability to clear in this first floor a bit quicker, play off the Ram. Souls can get some pressure on the Deimos, didn't bring that in the opening round either. And he can get some good info with the Guan Hive launcher from the Grim. For Furia though, guys, they're playing this really extensively on the roam. Only Diaz still inside a basement. They've got 2 on the top floor, most notably Herds, prone, long desk.
Yeah, has Herds been droned? That's a critical piece of the puzzle for Faze. If he's unchecked, it could be a disaster for Faze. He's been very patient in this position. I don't know if Faze have a direct read.
Cyber has actually just droned on through towards long desk, so they should know that Herds is around, and they got the kill not only onto Herds, but also Loira. Wonderful drone from Cyber, then to play off that information. This is really bad news for Furia. They do get the revive onto Loira, but that's not good enough. It's 4 versus 5 now, and he's low on health.
It's going to compromise them massively in the trade game. And some good drone work has identified now that there are defenders still over towards first floor. Drop to follow, Loira as well. So Furia will consolidate on site, rely on the smoke and the Tachanka denial, but this is a really good position for Faze. Player up, lots of time, full belt of utility. It's now just about going through the checklist, identifying the defensive structure, and then synchronizing a way to break it down.
And did bring the Goyo, so you don't have Vulcan canisters that, you know, Faze have to deal with. It's all pretty active. The denial from the Gas Babes and the Shamika launcher, as you mentioned. Loira is going to have to be very careful as well with his positioning. A little bit of damage and he will go down. 50 seconds left, plenty of time for Faze. Sol's actually rotating out from blue stairs back through square. He's going to change up his approach. And so will Handy.
The only asterisk is that Faze cannot go for the default plant once again, and that does introduce risk for the attack.
You say that, but they probably can.
If they get a default plant down, it's a massive failure by Furia.
They've got 4 Candelas available for Vidiking. They can go for a trade middle of the site and allow KDS then and try and go for a default plant. Making it difficult, though, is Diaz. Box 0, crucial kill, and then Loira follows up. Well, Faze might still be able to go for this plant, but they're losing the fights elsewhere. KDS is indeed getting that plant of the bomb chassis inside of the site. Handy needed to win his battle. He falls short. As KDS gets up in the 1v3 post plant, the Blackbeard will move away. Saw this script once ago in the opening round, and it did not end well for Faze.
KDS needs to hold on for as long as possible.
He'll give himself the long angle 1 versus 1. And he couldn't quite connect on that initial shot. His position known towards the bottom of blue stairs. Furia, though, need to be a little quicker here with their decision-making. Where's that flank from Box Zero? Taking his time, now on the move towards Square, but they find the kill from Loira. The Demon hits an almighty headshot. His time was starting to get a little too close for comfort. Furia find their second. They've successfully defended basement twice.
Yeah, Faze don't look super comfy on that basement execute. Interesting. The top floor clear was phenomenal. Herds fell without impact. Loira was revived and came alive in the late round. Good drone work facilitated that opening kill. Faze had then a lot of time in the player advantage. It just got a little messy there. The util layering from the defense was clean with the Shamika launcher default. And the gas babe reduced back. It just reduced the ability of Faze to split that attack. And ultimately, it was once again KDS last man standing. Furia too good to let that advantage slip in the post.
Well, the Ultras are happy with that one. Comes a bagging. 2 rounds to go in this opening half. One thing Furia have lacked, though, is the ability to defend above, outside that basement site. That's going to be tested. Back to start for an open area. It's also 3 straight opening kills for Faze, and we've been kind of following Faze's journey over the last few days, and that's an area that they've just completely dominated all of their opposition. These entry battles, finding these early kills, and it just gives them such a significant advantage across the majority of rounds that they play, and especially in the best of 5. That will come back to haunt you. Furia need to do a better job in the entry battles.
It has been, though, that conversion number that's just been, I don't want to say a red flag, but of a yellow flag. When you're getting so many, it's natural that the conversion rate will be a little lower, but it'll be intriguing to track over the course of...
Well, when you get so many opening kills, it's probably not going to be at 100% conversion.
No.
Getting to work on the shock drone is Cyber. 5 and 3 start for him, 6 and 3 for Handy.
Shock drone 0, Flores. I don't think there'll be too much util standing at the later portion of this round if Faze play it correctly.
I mean, you would hope not, otherwise they indeed have not played it correctly. This is just going to be util game for the next probably minute. And what that does is just sets them up then for the ability to be a little bit more gun focused as they head towards the site. But what it also does, I guess, for the side of Furia is it is delaying a lot of the time in the round.
Cyber Lurk activated, this time Square to Archives.
Oh, spots 1, Volks. Not ready for that Archives hit. Opening kill again for Faze. Oh, what a shot onto Loira. So clean from Cyber. Probably expected a run out towards him from site. It didn't come. Diaz holds towards Staff. Almost every round, it feels like it's been a 5 versus 3 for Faze. They're trying to answer back and corral Cyber towards Archives, but the longer it takes to deal with him, and they can't. He's got 3. Almost a 4th there towards Hashman onto Herds. And I think he has the chance indeed to go for the ace. It's Cyber's tournament so far. With 4 alive, surely Diaz walks in for all 5. One word is only needed. It's Cyber.
Wow, what an ace. Deadly entry. We know how great these South American teams are on the attack lurk. Faze, of course, leading the charge straight through Archives. Bang, Volks never stood a chance. And because it was so isolated, the trade was nowhere to be seen. Furia forced to scatter. The remaining defenders desperately trying to pluck the kill back, but they're all so low percentage, and Cyber completely locked in.
Now Faze are looking very, very good to start the grand final. I mean, the one round really on bank. Now, you don't necessarily need to win as the attacking team is basement, and that's the only 2 rounds that Furia have won. Final round of this half puts Faze in a really strong position. 4 straight rounds, Faze have had the opening kills, the early advantages, the 5 versus 3. Cyber now with a 3K multi and the ace, as he goes to 10 kills in just 5 rounds played.
So back to top we go. And with the ace now banned out, we'll see if that compromises Faze's ability to attack into the site.
I don't even think they really used it that much last time either.
No.
Oh, Loira, careful. There's an edge up towards Stock. He'll get out. Oh boy, he's so lucky to be alive. Peeks back, headshot. Okay, still some confidence there for Loira and for Furia. Just their second opening kill of this half, and it's come in a timely manner.
And with that ace ban, probably going to force Faze into the direct, hence the ROUs on KDS. That will be susceptible to the Zodos on box 0.
Top square focus,
I'm
probably
back.
with the exothermics from the thermite.
Sorry, Fop. I'm going to look that up
Which
in a
is
minute.
even more important, Loira won that battle, because if he dies there, there's less
So,
defensive pressure for
my
Furia
dinner?
to kind of stop that square hole.
Pizza.
Volps will sit inside a janitor. As Vidiking slowly droning his way through on the top floor. Souls with the Rotero.
Let's see the map pick.
This is a very difficult attack now for Faze, because that top square here, down a player,
3-2. Not
little
surprised.
area around the map for the attacking team, so much then for
So,
the defensive team. All the way
Furia
back
picked
over towards
banks,
elevator,
is their
front desk, they can
map
kind of sit a
pick.
little bit more comfortably.
Furia also
and
picked
then
border,
backfill in
which
if
works
those
for
front defenders do
Faze
lose their battles.
Furia also
This is very
picked
As it stands,
Fortress.
Furia in a perfect
Faze
position to
picked
draw out the
Lair.
half. There's good info for Faze, but actually converting that into pressure, into picks, preventing the plant denial, so tough.
No, did I?
Already used to be deployed from the main rappel. Vidiking still with diffuser outside top square.
The only space they've got is square. Handy has got into stock. He'll offer a different point of difference.
Wait.
But then immediately pushing down that hallway, Loira finds the kill. Handy, can he get a trade?
Let me
Ult's
check out
also
the other
very
screen
low.
here.
Loira
I
getting
might be able
taken
to
low
see
as
it.
well. Good information from Handy on the Grim. Diaz goes down, double kill from Souls. Takes over this long desk position. Loira now stuck over towards main stairs.
Can't push back up. The Grimbees have kept him at bay. This has been a great push by Souls.
But where's Boxera? He has to get involved towards front desk. Does still have a nitro cell if they go for a plant behind the ROUs of KDS.
Made a
Okay,
rotating
I
skirt
got
over towards
it.
long. Trying to get Loira back into play.
Loira is back up main stairs. Soul's going for the plant.
I'm
behind the
looking
bomb
at
jacket.
his ace
Boxera
now.
found a kill onto KDS. Soul's off the plant. 1 versus 2. Boxera has got to come up clutch. Has he got it in him? That's a big kill onto Handy. Tests the resolve of Souls, who sticks the plant. Knows those behind the bomb chassis. What a flash! What a
Oh my god! I'm like, Drake, what you mean?
Well, the experience
Okay,
shines
Sabu
through
got the
again.
first kill. I saw that.
A
Okay.
learning moment for Boxera. In his first grand final.
She's not gonna have
That
any
doesn't
voice
come
left,
easy.
Chad. She's not going to have any voice left.
What a way to top it off there for Souls. It was such a difficult position for Faze to go for a structured hit. Some good util
Holy
layering, and the Sen
macaroni.
Jan was perfect. It initially threw off the structure there of Furia, and they couldn't
Yeah,
fight
that's going
back
to
into
take
the
too
round
long
right
for me
here.
to watch that ace.
Phenomenal
Okay.
push, forced the repick. Souls was aware, Loira was cut off by the bees. And then he clutches up with a massive pop flash.
I
in
just
the
had to
post.
get dinner and I
Isolated,
missed like
cut off.
Nice of his
something.
veins to go, stick the plant, play off the flash, then get up, swing, kill.
Moving the
Without the
mic.
flash, he's not
Moving
getting
the
out of
mouse.
there.
What a play. Halftime break, of course, so we're going to go and hear what the coaches have to say.
mudar o plano. Vamos lá aí, guys. Vocês estão muito...
Bora.
Vocês estão muito relaxados até demais.
Tá bom, beleza.
Ó, agora eu vou falar mais tático. Eu vou relembrar nossas plays de conforto e vocês vão usando elas, guys. A gente ganhou quase todos os ataques contra o DZ. Vai ser babinha aqui, guys. Preciso de vocês conectando cada um com os outros, tá ligado? Só isso.
Sim, fechou.
Guys, as nossas plays de conforto, só pra lembrar pra vocês que a gente não usou ainda. No CEO a gente tem a rápida verde, que a gente já não usou faz 2 jogos. Então a gente pode fazer, tá ligado? Vai ser muito roubado.
By the way, I'm having like, the pizza is like
a gente tem a horizontal lente, que a gente até agora também não usou. Então, de boa, a gente pode usar ela, vai ser top. No banco de baixo, a gente vai deixar o card open. Então a gente tem que fazer a compra com o Tia de Thatcher e você de Sofia. E aí você pode pegar HE mesmo, tá? O Ordino, não precisa pegar o puto que você pegou ontem, tá? Pode pegar HE mesmo.
It's so good. And this is actually a frozen pizza. Tastes like a regular one.
Mas, tipo, vamos ver como é que vai ser o estilo de jogo dos caras agora também, né? Porque, tipo, pode ser que eles façam uma primeira rotação em cima de bem mais rápido e tal.
Bora. É isso aí, mano. Bora pra caralho.
E vão sentir, tipo,
Cabeça, hein?
o nosso
nada
momento, a gente tem que conseguir reagir.
It's so good. And it
Well,
cost
let's speak Portuguese, guys, but I think it's pretty clear
about
for Faze.
€4
All smiles, pretty
as
happy
well.
with that first half. Job done. They get 4 on the attack. They go defense now. And for Furia, a little bit of work to do. It's the opening map of a best-of-5 grand final. You do
If
have
you go
room
to a
to
pizzeria
kind of ease
store,
your way into a
they would
series
charge you
such
like
as this. But
10 euros
unfortunately,
for pizza.
they are versing an opponent who is so experienced. You don't want to give Faze a head start, but that is what feels like is developing. We got the decibel reader.
Yeah, it's loud in there.
Of course, these 2 teams on stage, at least for the most part, probably not too foreign of a position to be in amongst the crowd, so loud and so passionate.
Well, you imagine this. Go back a couple of years to Sao Paulo, 10,000 Brazilians in an arena. Still the best crowd I've ever seen. Passion and energy unmatched.
Oh my god. I think it's broken. I don't know if it can go
Oh
any
my
higher.
god. Oh my god, that is
I think they need
epic.
to get a stronger reader. Just a little delay getting back into the game
That
here.
is epic.
Going
You
into
go.
the second half.
I love you.
4-2 lead for
You're not going to
FaZe.
have any voice left
Really,
after this tournament.
Winning again in a lot of the ways we've seen them win throughout the last couple of weeks here at the Esports World Cup. They kind of just pick you apart, very
I know what
surgical
it
with their gameplay. You know, it's not everyone's cup of tea. I think the way that FaZe play, but you have to respect results. And they've had better results than many over the last couple of years. Back-to-back SI champions. And if anything, I think this little delay, this little break probably benefits Furia ever so slightly. Just a chance to calm the nerves, recollect the thoughts, focus ahead of the second half to follow.
People like literally hating her. Oh my god. Love that.
Shouldn't be too long before we get back into the action. Faze looking comfortable up on stage. This is their element.
Okay, well, so hang on.
Yeah.
The world
just-
record for the loudest shout by an individual is 122.4 decibels. So we either just broke a record or there's something funky going on. I don't know what to believe anymore.
Someone get out the officials. Looks like we're close to jumping back in, so bear with us for a couple more moments. If you are just joining, in terms of a recap for the 5 maps
This
that
is
have
what
been
I'm talking
selected
about.
for
When
this
you're
series,
sitting in
of
the
course, Bangkok
arena,
first,
make some noise,
Border,
have fun.
Fortress,
Doesn't matter.
Lair,
Like,
Clubhouse.
have fun. Even if you're not on the same
Don't
team,
mind that,
just
Paul.
have
Yeah,
fun
we didn't really
with
get
it.
an opportunity, well, not we, but on the
Celebrate,
desk
it
to kind of
doesn't
discuss
matter.
the maps a little bit more in length. I'm sure they'll get the chance to do that after the opening map, but Yeah, we were kind of having a little bit of a look ahead of the grand final starting border for Faze. 7-0 record over the last 6 months. They've not lost on the map. That record starting all the way back, of course, in the Grand Vital versus Team Secret, if you remember, guys. That one going 10-8. And haven't lost since then. For Furia, it's not a good map at all. 1-2 record, 8th preference. Losses to NIP 1-7 3 months ago, and then lost to Fnatic 7-8 just last week. So I can't help but feel for Furia, just to add a little bit more context to this map of Bank, as I promise they're getting back underway. We're into the bands now. You lose this, Border's going to be incredibly unlikely. Then you suddenly find yourself 2-0 down at a grand final versus Faze. Don't envision a 3 straight comeback from Furia. Not at this point in their journey as a collective team, formed just under 5 months ago. That would be a tall order. So they need to find a way back here on Bank in this second half. Bans have come through, Mirror, along with the Echo, Monty, and the Ying. We will start basement, and we are getting back into the game.
Certainly a different approach in terms of the attacking bans heading into this second half. It does mean that full hard bridge will be up and available for Furia. On the flip side as well, the Kaid can be used here by Faze, although not elected to be selected for this first basement defense. And so, yeah, the dynamic of these rounds should be a little different to what we saw back in the first half. Some more playmaking opportunities potentially available here for Furia, especially top floor. And defensively for Faze, the onside denial perhaps a little more compromised with the Echo not in play. We'll see as well if it forces them into more off-site play in defending some positions. You can see that currently with reinforcements up on the first floor. And presumably there'll be a little bit of appeal to be deployed here by Faze.
Not to be mean or anything,
most
but
importantly
like,
for Furia,
they,
got to start finding these opening kills on
for
their
example,
own attack. What Faze did in the first
if she
half,
comes
set them
to
up
us, to
really
Japan, or like a
this
major
quick
in
entry for
Osaka,
her, getting the
will she
live
be
drone,
able to get in?
try and take some space quickly.
Like, I think they would actually tell
making
her
sure
not
that
to
this
be
clear
loud.
around the map is precise but quick. But Faze, I don't think will give them too much. Defend some of these hatch positions and stair positions. Fall back, never mind. Cypress not falling anywhere. 99 Herds, he cops one to the face, and for Faze, that's job done. You can go back, play site. 5 versus 4, another opening kill for Faze. Furia finding it oh so difficult in the early portion of these rounds.
They sure are, and it's going to prove costly here on Bank if not tidied up. Faze will be ruthless from this position. Cyber continues to contest main stairs, but he's not going to play for life.
It would be another team winning
like
the next
a man
one,
who's so confident.
Difficult to fault that. Focus now elsewhere. Open area for Furia. And Cyber has actually elected not to forfeit main, hold it up close with shotgun.
I mean, why not? I mean, who's going to get past Cyber at the moment? The way that he's been playing, back yourself in, good key position. It means as well for Faze, they don't have to stress about main stairs and a likely push. It also means likely for Furia, the only option's probably going to be through server. And that makes it easier of a read for Faze. Again, this is the tougher site to attack into. It's the only solace to be taken if you're Furia. Of course, they defended it both times successfully in the first half. Faze are looking likely to do the same. Volt's trying to find a position to get this plant down. Flames, though, coming from the Shamika launcher of Souls. Does actually find the kill onto Cyber as he pushed back from main to come help out towards the site.
One C4 deny.
No real backstab threat, though, on offer for Furia. It's a big stack.
Nitra Cell from Vidiking connects, though, onto the planting bulbs. More flames at the feet of Loira, but he does collect the kit. KDS goes for one last look towards Garage and knows no one coming that way. Under 20 seconds left as Loira needs to find a safe plant position. But again, the flames of the Shamika launcher making it difficult. He vaults over, finds the kill, and somehow on 1 HP, he gets back to safety. Here comes Boxera, but KDS will slip away, also on 1 HP. As Vidiking will fight the bomb chassis, there's no time left, that's it, it's round done. Faze hold on, defend basement, go 5-2-1.
Nicely done.
Furia almost cooked at the end there, some heroics from Loira. Unfortunately, though, it transpired to just be a little too one-dimensional. Furia, timeout.
Desconectam que tá open agora, encaixa duas play rápidas pra gente finalmente aquecer no jogo e colocar um pouco de velocidade. Eles estão gostando muito, guys, do jogo. Se a gente ficar tentando fazer essas plays que são mais lentas, tentando fazer contagem, sincronizar mid-round, eles vão estar confortáveis se movimentando no mapa porque eles estão trocando umas táticas. Então faz, segue o plano, faz a direta no bomba da área aberta, faz a horizontal.
Rápida verde.
E a rápida verde pra gente encaixar o jogo.
I think he's telling them to calm down and not play one
um cara jogando 4-1 rato pra pegar o back do smoke. Se a gente pegar essa aqui, guys, já acelera o step do server. Olha como começou o mundão no server. Já começa a clicar reto, off-time, foda-se, eles estão no...
Eu acho que é... Eu posso trazer shield.
Guys, agilidade pra vocês aquecer de verdade.
Fechou. Vamos botar foder.
Bora, caralho.
Fechou, bora. Devagar, fechou.
Bora, Beto.
Bora, guys.
Oh, come on. Are you joking?
Bora.
Well, if I'm reducting on Furia, I'm thinking, okay, basement's probably not what we're gonna get. But what we can get, staff open and CEO executive, essentially look to mimic what Faze did back in the first half, win the first floor and the second floor site, don't worry about basement. And if it does follow that same path, Furia can get this to overtime. That's got to be their goal from here. 2-5 doesn't look good on the scoreboard, and certainly you don't have a lot of room for error. You're losing the entry battles. You're finding it difficult to really get a good footing so far here on Bank. But win the next 2 rounds.
What is the cameraman doing?
And suddenly it's 4-5. Faze will then go back to basement, but it's game on. So the next 2 rounds, super critical for Furia. But you lose even one of them. Not only Faze go to 6, but then they will have basement to close this map out on. Attack a repick for Furia. They're going to bring the Sands, Blitz, and the Deimos, along with the Dockery, and throw in the Ash. Full firepower
What is
for
the
Furia.
cameraman doing?
And Boxera, 8 seconds into the round, is going to get the kill onto a spawn-peeking Cyber. He's playing the Solars. No better start to a round that you could ask for if you're Furia.
No, dreams made of this kind of setup to get yourself back into a match. And so Faze now on the back foot for the next couple of minutes. We'll see if they can fight their way back into the round, defending top floor. Furia bringing the lineup for the direct hit, courtesy of the Sense. And electing not to bring the ranged hard breach, despite being available. Maybe sensing that with the Bandit and the Kaid available, that may be tricky to contend with. Oh, Volps goes deep.
Yeah, Volps already inside a janitor. Herd's playing behind him. Loris also taking stock control. Furia picking up the pace. Gas Babe thrown out from Vidiking to retake janitor and has done so successfully. So he pushes them back out, retakes the position, forces them back over towards square. Moira, though, still lurked inside a stock. No elevator presence for Faze, but they do still have one playing long desk in KDS with a deployable shield. So he actively is still helping Vidiking. Herds, though, gets rid of Handy towards airlock. Volts with the pistol. Finally gets his first kill in the grand final. Furia making quick work on the top floor, showing what they can do with their chaotic attacking prowess. The Panthers strike flawless on the top floor of Bank. Well, more of that, and we may still have a contest on this map after all.
Maybe. Of course, was a perfect setup with Cyber falling first on the Solus, courtesy of the spawn peak attempt top square, but Furia...
Heads up play, though, from Boxera to read into that as well.
Yeah, Furia good read, and then they converted. I really like the tempo adjustment there mid-round. Able to send it top square, courtesy of the Blitz. Laura followed up nicely over towards stock. They drew out some util initially, didn't go for the full commit. And then eventually were able to settle, apply meaningful pressure on to the defense, and he's ultimately crumbling. Furia still trailing by 2.
That's the problem as well. You lose one on that particular site. You just enable the gaps to be opened up for the attack to eventually then exploit. Stock, no one's defending it. Janitors, it's pretty much a 2-on-1, 3-on-1 if you include the stock player.
Into the stream,
You have to bring players over to fill these gaps. And that kind of just set Faze off on a bad note. We'll see if Furia can replicate, though, going into the 9th round as we go staff an open area. They will go the blitz again for Volps. It does enable the top-down clear, but also enables, if you want, out of electrical to go straight in towards staff.
Investment up above from the defense. There is a castle here.
Everything is good with you.
There is, but there's also a sledge. Herds, though, is eliminated from Cyber over towards Archives, and Spock Zero got too aggressive, losing the battlefront desk against Handy. Another 2-player start for Faze. Well, this time the pace for Furia has been met by Faze. They're more ready for it, more active. You've got to find a way to get Herds back up in this round, otherwise this could be 6 for Faze on the board. They can fall back, play site. They've given up the top floor. Essentially saying, job done. We've already severely wounded this attack.
Furia able to achieve their goal of Vert, but at what cost?
Well, Cyber's hunting again.
He'll probably just play a safe blue position for the late flank. I don't think he'll be too eager to move out of this spot.
Again, he can play that too, because if he discounts himself, it's still 4 versus 3 elsewhere around the map for Faze.
Yeah. Very strong position
yeah, he's
for
running
the
at
defense. We
Navia.
might see the wrap here dirt, so Cyber could be isolated.
Herds almost dying to the barbed wire.
You can see Volps in the background. Can he find Cyber?
Is he ready for Cyber? Looks as if he is very much ready, but then caught from Handy. Love the double play for
That
Faze.
was cheeky, they knew.
It's looking really, really bad now for Furia. Herds low on health. Diaz needs to do quite a lot of heavy lifting in this 9th round.
I think all hope may be lost for Furia in this round. Faze
They
dominant.
can't push as
Just about being disciplined now. 60 seconds.
Stairs hold, so.
Smash diffuser as well, by the way, in a bad spot. But I think that's the least of the concerns right now for Furia. Practically hoping that Cyber will continue to be aggressive, but he's actually been quite reserved ever since getting that kill onto Volps. He's just been holding and holding and waiting. Same with Handy. They got kick control. Diaz and Herds trying to find a couple of other kills, maybe even also just draw out this blue stairs hold. But Faze are giving them absolutely nothing. And it's just a walk-in death trap. 6 on the board for Faze Clan. All too comfortable in that 9th round. 2 early opening kills.
Really?
Set the tone early. And 3
I can read
map
this
points
a long
away
time
for
ago.
Faze.
Could be that the payment was not done.
Not all hope lost for Furia, given the nature of the best of 5 beasts, but Faze are off to a formidable start. The game plan that they're renowned for and everyone has seen time and time again is producing results here on the first map.
Well, not only that, but for Furia, there's a contrast in the way that these two teams can play. Not every round, but for the most part. And Furia can bring a lot of that chaotic, fast-paced aggression. We saw it in that round. Faze met it head-on. Faze like the slow, methodical, strategic play style, but they also have the ability to read into what Furia want to do,
bandit skin like a month ago, I think.
Play fire with fire. Cyber up to 13-6. But not just that. He's also got the last 4 opening kills for Faze. Cyber is 4-2 on the entry, 13-6 with a 154
to the PC
EPS.
account, then it should travel over. Of course, there is a delay.
I know Handy steals a lot of those MVP accolades, but as things stand right now, it would go the way of Cyber. Long way to go. But much to the chagrin of Furia, we are also now going basement. Faze in a very comfortable position to close this opening map out. And Borders up next, and that's a very daunting prospect for Furia. Border is a map that Faze have not lost in the last 6 months. 7-0 record. Every chance that they can go 2-0 up in this grand final. Furia must dig deep.
Yeah, the path to the 3-0 is certainly a possibility for Faze. Yeah, it's a tantalizing prospect, and it would be one hell of a statement if they're able to achieve that feat. Let's see how this round plays out, though. Number 10 with the Wamai and the Grim now banned.
Maybe
out.
drop into console account.
So a bit of a split push here from Furia. Hands on the snake to gain info. Loira has found himself inside of Tellers initially.
If it has, then it's like then your
basement
payment is
though,
still
and there's not much in the way of presence up above from Faze. Fall off positions on that first floor. You can see KDS drop. Handy's still elevator as Cyber has the cross from main.
And again, Cyber just knows he can play aggressive. He's hitting good shots. Furia haven't really read into this as well. So instead of sitting more main stairs, he kind of sits a little closer to Beepers, and Bulbs should have been dead. He does now eventually die. Afforded no second chance from Cyber. Another opening kill for him.
That is
Make it 5 straight just from Cyber alone for Faze.
Oh, and Hertz foul over towards that third entry position. It's ruthless from Faze. So close to taking map number 1.
Nervous, so cute.
Furia running out of answers on Bank. Bringing back this round will be tough. Hertz should be brought back to his feet. 60 seconds, a player down into the smoke. Goyo and Tachanka.
I mean, you can forget about plan A in a round like this. Now it's all about probably plan C. I don't even think plan B is probably in play at this point. 50 seconds left. There goes Diaz as well. Just pick after pick as Cyber goes to 15 kills to start the grand final.
It should not be a win
Hertz
for
may be back
Furia
up, but I
there.
think Furia are down for the count on this map of Bank. Handy, insult to injury with that headshot onto Loira. When this team wake up to play, there's not many in the world that can stop them. Souls with the Shamika launcher.
Should be a win for
To lay the
for them.
fire at the feet of
Yeah,
Furia.
15 kills.
And Hertz cannot stand in that fire. It's a rotating box error down main stairs, but this too is flamed. As he stands in the flames, he then dies to Handy. A flawless way to finish the opening map for Faze Clan. So dominant, so scary.
I knew it.
When they're
I
at their
knew
very
it.
best, there's no stopping this team. It may only be map 1 of this grand final.
Specific vision of the game, maybe a little bit more advanced, maybe a little bit more faster paced. This is exactly the kind of IGL lane that can be successful on such a small map like Border. We said it's going to be a massive challenge to break that 7-win streak on the side of Faze, and it starts with the operator backs.
Again, getting rid of the shields, a great start. We know how pivotal shields can be on the map like Border, especially when you're pushing into that top east, you're pushing into break. They can really be a thorn. Getting rid of the mirror early as well is going to help with that site execute a lot of those fast takes over on Archives.
Now Furia, they start in defense. It's a very small map, we've mentioned it before. The way you fight here is going to be so aggressive towards the entry points. And that is the main thing
I'm
here.
not surprised.
Requires confidence. Because you're gonna need to challenge some angles that you don't want to challenge. That confidence needs to rise on the side of Furia. If they may think they can take Faze, it starts here by building that confidence.
This roster rebuilt around Hertz and Vulpes in the veteran leadership role. IGL needs to get Furia to bounce back because staring a 2-0 deficit down the road to Faze, going to another map like Fortress just isn't a good look. But of course, they'll have the support to do so. Our second map, gonna do a lot of work for this Faze Clan roster if they can get it. But Furia, we'll see if they can bounce back as we head to map number 2 here in our grand finals for our 6 Siege. Let's send it back over to our casters, Xenox and Gus.
Too many questions.
Massive obstacle in the way for Furia.
Sorry, I was
heading
looking
into
something
Border.
else.
Faze 7-0, undefeated.
You don't have to
and get
answer,
start on
do
the
you, sir?
attack.
No, yeah, surgery in Sweden is it's free.
A 60% attacker win rate.
So
Not
you
only
don't
that,
have to
it
pay
has
for
the
surgery.
slowest average entry time, but that's a benefit to a
So
team
it's
like
like
Faze and their
all
play
you have
style.
to pay is like that you're staying and the food, and that would be like $30
Arguably the most
in
chaotic
pay.
that we
So
have in the competitive pool. And after reaching flow state back on Bank, it'll be a case of trying to transfer that to the second map
So
in
that's
this
one
series.
of the great things.
As the guys on the desk are alluding to. 2-0 deficit, as likely as it kind of looks, it's also going to be very
like the 3
devastating for
versus 3
Furia, so they need to fight
game
with
mode,
everything that they have here on map 2.
We'll add for Furia, Fortress, of course, the map that will be played next. They have an 8-2 record, and it's their #1 preference map, so they'll feel confident going into Fortress. So if they can still border, get this back to 1-1, they may even have the chance to lead the grand final going into Fortress.
It would be an almighty steal.
But that's
it is a huge asterisk.
It would be a big steal if they can win this map. All odds against them. And
what is not out yet?
Again, more of this
the
slow,
3 versus 3,
methodical
it's not
attacking
out
playstyle
yet.
from Faze, especially on a map
They
like
revealed
Border.
it
They want to be
today,
surgical, they want
so-
to find time to get these picks, use the air jabs, take some space. But that's where for Furia, they've got to be cautious to not go and overinvest in aggression themselves, because Faze will be ready for it. They're holding these kind of angles. They're expecting for Furia to want to get aggressive, and Lawyer will go down to KDS as he slips into security. Another opening kill for Faze. That is something Furia will need to work on.
Oh, slammed.
Oh.
Completely slammed. Diaz will be next. Dead. Wow. This is Faze, baby.
This is scary for Furia.
They're so fucking
Furia
aggressive.
had a very good map back on Bank as he finds a kill onto Handy and then falls immediately because the space in the site has already been taken.
They are way
Three
too
from
aggressive
KDS,
for their
make
own
it
good.
4.
What the fuck?
Well, forget about that slow, surgical playstyle. They can switch it up as well. They're the best for a reason. This is going to be brutal for Furia.
Damn.
That is, by the way, the best defensive site on the map, and they got slammed. They said it perfectly.
They got rinsed. Great utilizer security, Capital Nomad. And whilst the clash did stand for quite some time, didn't have huge impact. Furia then tried to play around Vop standing up. But Faze were ready and waiting and pounced. Diaz then on an island. And the rest of the defense completely capitulated. Goes down as 4 picks for KDS, so a great start for him. But there was the team player from Faze that got them the win.
I mean, what did Furia even do to adjust here? If you try and pick up the pace defensively on a map like Border and the way that Faze like to play it, they'll hold the balcony positions, they're expecting runouts, they're expecting window play, kind of take that away from you. Faze want to eat up a lot of the clock, keep you inside of the building, guessing, and then they find the way in. Maybe Lawyer onto the pulse can help get some more information. They didn't bring the pulse in the opening round as we go Bathroom and Towers. Changing mags. They've just got to find a way, Furia, to disrupt these attacks of Faze. Counter them at the right times. Maybe even just play some off-roam, off-meta positions, try and keep Faze guessing a little bit longer.
I'm
And that
going
may
to
be someone
try
like Laura
uninstall and
overlords to play
reinstalling.
on the pulse.
Okay. But
Someone else
the
like to get
3
information
versus
cyber on the
3
solid snake.
play,
So it goes both ways.
play mode is not out.
You can
It's
see
coming
him, but he can
out
see you.
in 3 weeks.
And I don't know if I want to be peeking into cyber the way that he's going. Laura is playing a very, very dangerous game.
I think it was.
Yeah, such is the nature of the Border defense, where you're split in corners. He's not going to get a lot of assistance either. Will be indirect pressure generated by Furia, but yeah, Lawyer needs to be careful he doesn't put himself on too much of an island.
That's weird.
Oh, shoulder spotted. Cyber doesn't quite capitalize on what was a very limited opportunity. Still 5 aside.
So the game mode is not out until
of the round. Faze
September 8th.
Still all 5 members
New
outside the
season is
map.
going to be released
That's a small win, I think, for Furia. The way that this has played out so far, they've respected the pulse and the information that's being provided for the defense. Faze then can't kind of just rush in.
Yeah, September 8th
unannounced.
is the new season.
Obviously, for Bathroom Towers, you do want to work over towards this office side of the map as well on the top floor.
Nice,
Hence
congrats.
KDS towards security. Souls inside of Armory. He's getting a live drone.
There's a pretty intricate setup office side here as well with the deployable shield and the clutch for Furia to potentially play off.
Boxero drops down. KDS finds the opening kill onto Herds. He starts 0-2 on Border. Oh, but it's a double at the same time for Furia. They get rid of both Vidiking and Souls. This gives them a lifeline heading into the final 50 seconds. The way that Faze are playing, you almost still back them in 3v4.
Yeah, peel from Furia largely. Volps will remain above for now.
Diaz will eat the jug of payload call from Handy as well. Call now on to Volps is active, and KDS a second kill. He's up to 6. And it started to get a little nervy again for Furia late into the round. Got to try and force a way for Faze to have to play into the plant. Volps creeping back over Volps' office. The timing. He may still find a kill top east, and indeed he will. Onto KDS. That's the fuser on the floor.
That should be the round. That should be the round.
Should is the key word, but you never discount a team like Faze. But with Volps still top floor and no one for Faze even close to top floor, although Volps decided to drop, doesn't matter, got the kill onto Cyber. Handy in a 1v3, no time remains, they get the kill and the round as well as the drums beat out around the arena. Furia will get their first round on board.
The last kill.
Yeah, they bite back. Maybe there is a bit of fight to be seen here from Furia on such a dominant Faze map.
Well, a better round from Furia. I think the pulse information certainly helped just to have a bit more of a whereabouts, the way that Faze are kind of positioning early. We didn't really see a lot of fighting until around the minute mark. That was the opening kill from KDS. He's gone back to back, by the way, on the entries to start here on Border. And of course, at 6-1 KD too, so he starts hot. But a big defensive round win for Furia on that side of Bathroom Towers. That actually sits at a 67% attacker win rate. And they were able to get the round as the defensive team. And that has got to be the mentality for Furia. One round at a time. Don't worry about the overall objective of the map. Keep the Faze record out of your minds. And let's play some Siege.
5 seconds left before insertion.
Down to Workshop for the final round of this initial rotation. And we'll see how Faze look to shape for this particular round. If the tempo will remain similar, or maybe in response to the last round where Furia gathered a good read, they could look to maybe switch up a little bit. I presume they'll go full force ahead with the original plan though. Furia dropping the pulse into this round. They do though have Solace for some info gather. Interestingly, the clash will persist, and that'll be an interesting talking point at the end of this round. It's been played across the entire first 3. Volps for the majority and Diaz on one occasion.
And not just info gather for the Solace as well, but helps if they want to go for a fast plant attempt over towards Ven, and then you can of course get the intel if there's a smoke layering. Just get the idea though from Faze. I don't think that's going to be the overall plan A. I think they want to try and see if they can sneak into the map. You can see Cyber towards Passport on the Solid Snake, find a couple of picks. I know that Furia is probably going to be moving around the map a lot. The beauty of Border is a lot of the map is pretty much always played regardless of the site. Also means for Volps, he's going to have to be very important with his positioning on the clash, making sure he's in the right spot, trying to get in the face of Faze.
Yeah, they brought the Nomad and the Capitao again to try and contest that. And last time out, it was very successful
that Snake
for
was
Faze
going
in
to get a
dislodging
nerf.
this clash.
I think they both announced that.
A third straight opening kill and back-to-back onto Herds. Diaz with a crucial kill back as well, but they lose 2 again. Cyber sneaks in from Bathroom into Workshop, finds 2 kills, and only Volps and Diaz left for Furia. As Faze again, they find the gaps better than any team in the game.
Cyber will remain inside or close to the objective as the rest of Faze rotates for the final blow. 60 seconds of KDS to plant.
Now the clash is not working clearly for Furia. Faze are just able to circumnavigate around it. KDS will get the plant in the Workshop. Diaz will be dead. Fitty King
They're
headshot.
playing
Again,
it so fucking well. It's
Faze.
crazy how good they're playing.
They go 2-1 up.
Yeah, certainly better.
3 straight opening kills for KDS as he starts off hot here on Border. Now the clash is not working. We saw it in the first 3 rounds.
Which makes me wonder, do Faze still allow
I don't even think you ban it.
They might try and take the
Clash
Solace
is
for
not
pulse out
there.
info instead.
Go for Solace
unless they
instead.
sense that the clash could still be a problem.
No, they don't.
Okay. Warden instead. So Warden played in every round as well, and that's going to enable some of the more util layering we're seeing. Capitao, Ying, etc. Furia, tuck time out.
Solis, tá ligado?
Interesting,
porque se eles botarem
interesting.
no pique, eles estão jogando muito chapéu morte. Você pode picar o cara do chapéu morte, e se você não picar e os caras jogarem pra leste, você joga batendo notes pra ajudar o Volcão por baixo.
Eles ganham ar, eles vão fazer Isaac.
Não tem problema, porque você tá de Solis por baixo. O Arquivos vai ficar fudido e a gente ainda tem as Wincom, que a gente tem double C4 pra Sim, guys, outra coisa. Eu acho que a gente joga o jogo que a gente conversou que a gente fazendo no chalé. Pisou, bateu. Pisou, bateu. Vamos causar agora, que a gente já testou, já jogou safe, agora vamos causar full neles. Vamos fechar uma ideia só. Full time, toda a conversa que a gente vai ter a partir agora, vamos focar nisso. Fechou? Bora aí, padrão.
Bora, guys, bora.
Diferente? Não, pode ir. Eu acho que vou pegar o boi, mano.
Probably the right time if you reduct to talk to the troops here. It's only 2-1 on the scoreboard. Clearly some stuff that they need to work on and improve on and adapt to, and need to do so quickly. And the multi-ban is quite intriguing. 3 rounds to go. We haven't seen it be played yet by Faze Clan. But I guess just taking away the option for Furia, they will drop the clash. And I think that's the right call. I know Volps has started a little bit cold, and sometimes when you don't start well, you almost instinctively want to go and play shield.
Well, the problem hasn't, in my eyes, for the majority of the rounds, been him and his performance.
No.
It's the fact that FaZe aren't over-investing into it and keep finding gaps elsewhere that are exposing on site.
I'm also mean when you start 4-11 and...
Yeah, it's easy to have a negative mindset.
To be fair, if you want to point anything out right now, Herds. 3 and 12, 1-4 on entry across the 2 maps. Ooh. If there's anyone that needs to really stand up and step up for Furia, it is Herds.
When it comes to Border, like, funny enough, Border is the least played map in the entire tournament.
But don't leave it too late.
It has only been played 4 times. This is the 5th time now.
Fantastic start from Faze. They bring the blitz
so
this
it's
round.
Like
first time seeing Shield
very
play
interesting
from
to
Faze.
see how Faze is getting back. And Faze is the one that has been playing this like a lot. So
Armory
has only 45% win rate on defense.
It is the side that Furia need to be winning.
Border is more attacker-heavy, friendly map.
Go straight into archives.
It doesn't have a lot of numbers for the defense side. So Tellers has 46% defense win rate.
Yeah, currently still
Ventilation Workshop 40% win rate. Like it is
exposed, but
the numbers aren't high at all.
It's
such a heavy attackers sided
It also
map.
plays into the Warden ban as well, because Warden is a good counter to this sort of setup strategy.
Yeah.
They do have double Nitrocell though to help. Volps early gas phase and then rushes out. Cyber double with the pistol on the blitz. And then Court Metal Stairs is Loira looking to rejoin his team on the top floor, but instead joins them in the grave. Well, Faze didn't even need to go for plan A. Boxera and Diaz to defend the site, but Diaz will fall after finding that kill onto the glass, leaving poor old Boxera by himself, getting aggressed by the blitz, overwhelmed, make it 3 for Cyber, and make it 3 for Faze here on Border.
It really is incredible how many rounds across this series so far Faze have made it look like we aren't watching a grand final, because they have just been so clean, so dominant, and Furia just not given any kind of tools to fight back into the round. Volps left the blitz unguarded. Cyber got 2, Herds is now 0-4, and it was a complete steamroll for the rest of the round.
Well, here's a fact. Faze, in every best of 3 here at the Esports World Cup, had dropped a map. They lost Fortress 7-2 to Virtus Pro back in the upper bracket semi-finals in the group stage. Obviously, you ended up winning all of these, by the way, but still lost 7-1 on Lair to Liquid and lost on Chalet to GK yesterday 7-5. Right now, I just don't see them losing the way they're playing. We are somehow seeing Faze step up their game even more. They are playing some ruthless siege, giving Furia nothing, switching up their tempo. They can play fast, they can play slow.
5 seconds left before
And it's a repeat bomb site attempt for Furia. They know that Armory Archives should be defensively sound, but it's been already broken twice. They do change up their strategy, though. They drop the Goya, they drop the Solus. They'll bring the Thorn and the Allah, so they're going to double down on trap utility. But in response, Faze will bring the Twitch for the first time.
I thought maybe we'd see the double commit from the Blitz this round for Faze. Not the case. Box Zero
That's massive.
Kills.
On the KDS as well, who's been running rampant.
Yeah, if there's anyone to find. Might enable a bit more aggression now around the map with the air jabs down.
You say that, but if you're Furia 5 versus 4, you probably might just want to shut up shop and look to really lock down that site.
Park the bus.
Park the bus.
But you can't be too negative about it either, because FaZe will take that space and exploit and somehow find their way back into the round. It's a delicate balance for Furia.
Gotta find the balance. First opening kill of the map for Furia, courtesy of Box Zero. Across both Bank and Border, he has been their best. 11 and 10, the only player going positive for Furia. And again, this is where for Faze, they'll slow the tempo down. They'll see if Furia want to play aggressive off that early kill.
Yeah, they're trying to find a lurk potential. Vidiking spot east at the moment.
Thinks he's way up.
Unlock long corridor, maybe.
Volps has just made it safely back in towards Alphas. Wouldn't want to be peeking into that DMR spray. Volps will go down to Cyber.
Come on, Faze, you got it.
7 kills and overall 23 kills in the 2 maps played already. The only thing that right now that's going to stop him from breaking the record is probably the fact this could be done in 3. Handy shuts down Herds, who starts 0-5. Herds has had no impact in this grand final. And Faze now with the extra player. So much for bunker down. The bus has been rolled over.
It's been flipped. Lawyer in a rough position now. Needs to find a couple security.
Oh, he looks a little panicky. Lawyer wants to get back to safety, but he does opt for the swing. And the right call made is he collects the kill onto Souls. Evens up the numbers heading into the final 45 seconds of what feels like a pivotal round. If you are Furia, you need to be winning this. A chance. Oh, Diaz, I thought he might have got a good timing.
Yeah.
But Lawyer does get a good timing onto Vidiking.
Oh, come on,
Handy and
Cyber,
Cyber, though, no slouches in a 2 versus 2 as Diaz will be finished off. 8 kills for Cyber and plenty of time still for Faze to take this round.
Box Zero at least has Nitro. Could be critical in denying a planned attempt here from Faze.
Smoke's available for Handy. No utility for Cyber. He'll stay gun up. Cyber and Handy together over towards Fountain.
Yeah, go for it.
Moira and Boxera. Boxera's going workshop down below with the Nitro Cell. Pre-placed to the bomb chassis. Never mind, rips it immediately. And with that, Handy will fall. Kit's on the ground. Cyber will not be given the chance to clutch up. Furia with a much-needed second round.
Yeah, it was a good read there. Decision-making from Box Zero on point. Elects to go below higher percentage to go for that play than risk the Nitro being shot at or exposing yourself to Cyber, who was on coverage. Furia just maintained touching distance, but still a shaky round where they had an advantage early, and Faze still found a way to get also close.
And they're never out of any round, are they, Faze? That's the problem. You can never feel comfortable. Final round of the half.
Seconds to go.
As we look back at the end of the round, there was that Nitro Cell, and honestly, heads-up play from Boxera to rotate Workshop. In anticipation of the planned attempt at the bomb chassis, he finds an unbelievable kill onto Handy. Is 2 rounds enough? Or the Furia need 3 on the defense?
10 seconds left.
I'd be taking any round I can get in this style of map against Faze, that's for sure. Bathroom Tellers for the final of the half. The 0 in combination with the Twitch for Faze. Looking to gain info, clear util, Goyo in play, Razor Blooms and Grism Up Mines as well.
Again, trap utility focus for Furia. They're going to run back the Ella along with the Thorn. You've got the Vulcan canisters from the Goyo. Solus to help as well and getting some more information. Plenty of ways to deal with a lot of this trap utility between the 0 and the Twitch for Faze. So far, 5 rounds. The opening kills been converted 4-1. The only round it wasn't converted was the second round, which was on this bomb side of Bathroom Tellers.
Yeah.
Faze will work the map, eager to gain information and potentially exploit an entry point. They favored Passport through waiting on a couple of occasions. May look to do something similar here in their final attack of the half. Furia expending all 3 gas babes before the midpoint of the round.
Furia off the window! He went for the swing, he went for the aggressive play, but he's the one that ends up dead.
Well, didn't get finished, and Volps is still top east.
He has been droned, his position known. Herds, by the way, finds his first kill of the map. And on to Handy. Furia has also been able to drop down to get that revive from Volps.
And the Razor Bloom prevented Souls from pushing
And
deep.
Cyber gets caught on the timing, looking to punish. Boxera, good angle held. Vidiking keeps the round alive though for Faze. With that kill onto Herds. And then finds a second onto the low health Loira. 3 versus 3. Heading into the final minute of this half.
Yeah, 2-1 split from the defense. Furia, advantage.
Come on,
Can they make
Faze.
this opportunity count?
I mean, what's the play right now for Faze as the duo? Vidiking over top waiting. Volps is going to be downed. And then Vidiking, though, wanted to go for the clear, and Boxera had him covered down the hallway.
And Diaz will filter back down. A trade site here for Furia.
Souls, his position known after he collects the kill onto Volps with a 1v2. Not out of the realm of possibility. An impact available for Boxera. And honestly, Boxera's been pretty good in the clutch so far for Furia. Souls, does he think about going back to grab that kit? It doesn't seem like it. Instead wants to play off the yellow ping intel that he has, knowing they're both probably towards bathroom. Knows at least one is, and I do like the way that this is being held though for Boxera and Diaz. Souls seeking for a 1v1. Now into red time. Needs to pick up the pace. Needs to find the double. Gets one, but then Diaz has the cover swing. Furia, for the first time in the grand final, will win back-to-back rounds as they tie it up 3-3.
Agora a gente entrou na porra do jogo, é essa porra mesmo, viado. Guys, vamos lá. Vamos só relembrar as paradas que a gente tem, sem medo de jogar rápido, sem procurar problema. A gente já sabe a tática dos caras, guys. Não tem BO nenhum. Ó, vamos lembrar que a gente tem a... Qual que é o nome? Da Bota Fudendo. E no primeiro round que a gente pode fazer, a gente vai pegar aquilo das hostias de baixo e vai botar Fudendo, subindo ferro em 2 depois. Guys, sem medo nenhum, não vamos fazer a play conforme ela tem que ser jogada, no pace que ela tem que ser jogada. Não vamos ficar procurando um monte de problema, prepara mapa, redrone.
Fechou? Coragem, mano. Agora é a mesma coisa da DZ lá.
Guys, vou falar...
A gente tá com a confiança agora.
Viado, você já ganhou 900 borders. O border você ganha muito mais com coração do que com a tática, viado.
Sim, com coragem.
Com coragem, viado. Com atitude, mano.
Pô, tem que voltar com o boost de cabeça?
Pra jogar baixo no arquivos. Lá da reta do arquivo, tá ligado? É o teto? Eu vou pingar lá pra tu.
É isso. Deixa eu falar na mensagem.
Cara, eu tô em choque, pô. O cara tá aprendendo tudo pronto, pô.
Come on, Faze.
Se eu tivesse usando aquele cara da Trip, tinha estourado ele. Achei que era só o cara da leste.
Well, can I just say, there was a lot of hype about a certain individual coming out of the South American region, Boxera. And maybe when he first came into the Tier 1 scene, wasn't the biggest of splashes immediately. But here, in a grand final against the caliber of Faze, he has risen to the occasion. 15 and 11 across both maps. Again, still the only player positive for Furia. 2-0 on entry with a 119 EPS. Ranks him as the second best player in the series so far, only behind Cyber. He's risen to the occasion. What about the rest of Furia? Where's Herds? Well, he found an opening kill in that round. It was his first kill of the map in that round. They got back-to-back rounds for the first time in the series. They got 3 defensive rounds on the most attacker-sided map. Tied, now at 3-3, heading into their attack, looking to break this streak of Faze on a map of border. This could flip the grand final on its head. Massive second half coming up. Remind Mute, Monty Glaz the bands, as we head into Armory and Archives to kickstart the second half.
Yeah, I am curious to see how Furia try and activate Herds, get him back into this map. Rated 15th at the Esports World Cup this year. It's been a solid tournament for him up until this point. 111 EPS, a 1.22 KD, positive entry, and he's netted quite a few multi-kills as well over the course of this event. But so far today, struggling to find his footing, given the IQ role here for round 7 initially.
Come on, Faze. I'm so nervous, guys. I'm literally nervous.
Faze, if they commit
My heart is like racing hard. Whew.
And intrigued to see, is there going to be a contrast in terms of the pacing and the tempo from Furia? Faze quite slow. On many occasions, midpoint of the round, still players, the whole team outside trying to exploit a pocket of space. Furia might look to step up that pacing a little bit.
Well, what they also might be doing in this round is look to play the vert off of the juggle payload calls from Loira. You can impact trick with the Zofia. Herds can also play off those calls on the IQ. So I wouldn't be surprised to see them kind of go first floor first, establish where these defenders, look to then play off of that positioning and information. So players like KDS towards security will need to be careful. I think that's the way that Furia imagine they can maybe find an early kill or two playing off of this vert. And straight away, Diaz and Herds will go first floor.
I would love to see a triple impact here on border. It'd be a tilter for Faze, but...
Oh! Big swing from Cyber onto Loira, shuts down the juggle payloads. That does eliminate the ability for Herds to play off of that.
Diaz impacts below. He's thinking about it over towards security to enable the play from Volts.
And he has sent it out. He gets KDS down to 1 HP. Didn't quite finish him off, but he gets him very low. Oh, now the Volt's in. Herds is just going to send it. No longer needing to play the vert. They've got site control. They've got Faze wounded. They've got Faze on the ropes here. On the best defensive site, Volts will go for the plant. There's no answer, though, from Faze. Well, the Volts will get off. As Cyber makes his way back down main stairs, he gets a bit of intel, and Souls gets a big kill onto box here, and Volts is now the only one left.
Yay!
What?
Oh my god.
That looks so promising for Furia, and
Furia should have won that. What the fuck?
Oh, you can't help but feel
oh my god.
Sorry for Furia, who put themselves in such a good position.
The win condition was there. Like they would have won Furia.
Back again. Furia with a good clear security side. Herds was enabled to go deep. Volps considered the plant, got off, and it opened up the window for Souls to net a double. And Cyber to clean up shop.
How quickly he can flip and turn. Just when it looked like maybe Faze were a little bit vulnerable on a very strong defensive side. Furia doing well to adapt.
Here's the thing, if Faze wins this map,
from the Zofia don't fully connect. At that
it's
point,
on the Fortress left.
Senses an opportunity
to
to just go straight for sight, and it was working until it wasn't.
Fortress might be Furia's best bet.
It is also 3 straight opening kills in favor of Furia.
5 seconds to go.
So starting to do a little bit better in the early battles. That's a big sign of success for them. Struggling up until this point. Then workshop for the 8th round. And Cyber, well, I thought he was going to be on there for that kill. Saw the elbow.
Do you think he jumps out? You wouldn't dare, would you?
I mean, you're 12-2. Maybe you've got that license, but it's probably the wrong call. And
it would have been if he vaults there into the DMR. Surely dead. Yeah, makes the calculated decision to fall back. Sledge here from Furia suggesting Vert to be part of the game plan, or it could even be for the horizontal lurk, enable the passport through customs rotate. We'll see that from Herds now. Though we'll need to be mindful of the rotate up above through break. And the eyes.
Oh, Cyber! Clean. Herds not ready to take the battle against the man that's on fire. A second quickly from Cyber gets him up to 14 kills on border. He's now up to 30 kills across the 2 maps already. He is such a factor in this grand final. A factor that Furia have not worked out how to stop. And gives Faze a 2-player advantage. Just when Furia thought they were getting themselves back in on border. And it's a jump out as well from Handy. They're so clean, they're so good. As Diaz will fall, this round may be flawless. After Furia were able to strike to close the half, Faze will strike to start the second half. Back-to-back round wins sees them go 5-3 up here on border.
Holy moly.
And the party continues for Faze. Just when it started to feel like Furia could pull off a massive upset on this particular map, Faze once again regain ascendancy.
Well, the drummers on the chairs and the Faze fans on their feet says it all. There's just no stopping this man. Cyber has been at his very, very best, if not maybe found a new level, if that is something we didn't even think was possible. He's got 31 kills and only 8 deaths, 7-2 on the entry. This is shaping up to be an all-time individual performance in a grand final. He has 178 EPS. Again, if this were to go all 5 maps, he's breaking the kill record.
On the kill record, 63, Gunner at Manchester.
He's already halfway through.
They're not going to play enough maps.
But they're not going to play enough maps, that's the problem.
There she goes again, there she goes again.
Can Furia fight their way back? Tertiary site in play. Bathroom tellers, heavy roam deployed by Faze.
I mean, at this point, you've got to feel like for pretty much all the individuals, maybe minus Block Zero, what's the mental like? Because no one's landing shots, everyone's negative, nothing's really working. The team as a whole not working clearly, but also individually, outside of Block Zero, no one is really finding good shots and feeling good presence around the map.
Even a little moment there, Cyber just escapes.
Yeah. His timing has been impeccable. Oh
no!
It's just got stuffed. No.
Holy shit.
There's no stopping Cyber today.
Yo, check his fucking PC. Like, seriously?
Kill. 8 and 2 across the 2 maps.
16 kills. What the fuck?
He's too good for his own good. Otherwise,
he's a fucking
probably be
beast
going for 7
right
plus
now.
Today. Furia just looks stuck in the mud. Outside of the map, stranded. Laura, the only one with presence inside of the map towards customs. Not only do you have to beat Faze as a team, but right now you have to beat Cyber.
Yeah, they've drained side
forget about the team. Like, beat him first.
Tough, strong, focused second forward still from Faze.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
And we'll be able to rotate down at a moment's notice. Triple Gas Babe as well, still up for Handy. Nitro for KDS. They'll look to launch the attack custom side, and Faze, will they have a read?
Okay, that makes it intriguing.
Okay.
But with 60 seconds remaining, 4 versus 4, feels more like 4 versus 5 still with Cyber up, and timing is perfect.
Damn, 17 kills, are you kidding me?
He's playing as 2 or 3 players at the moment, not just a single individual. And he might get another one!
Are you kidding me?
Observers, no need to move away from this man. He's already got 18 kills on border.
Is he gonna get an ace again? Are you fucking joking?
He only had 16. He's already beaten that. That's incredible. 4 versus 2. Oh, shut down. Okay, Loira keeps it interesting, but they need to pick up this pace. And then he finds a second, but falls. Leaves it down to Diaz.
Both above for the defense.
Got to go grab the kit, though. Does he go for the revive? It might be the best thing to do, but he needs to be cautious of the vert being held. As you said, both still top floor for Faze. Loira back up, will go for the plant. Makes his rotate in, tucked into the corner of Talers. Drop down from KDS. Where's the cover? Souls as well. Loira will get the plant down. Diaz finds the kill onto Souls. Furia might just steal this round.
Nitro KDS.
Nitro from KDS. And then gets the kill onto Loira. Nitro blows, but doesn't find Diaz. Diaz. What are the nerves like in this 1 versus 1?
Does he have line of sight onto that kit? KDS might be able to draw him out.
Pokes a few shots and is expecting Diaz to be close to this kit, but for now he's not. He's fallen back. Taps it once, gets on it, and forces Diaz forward.
Nah, wrong side.
Diaz. As KDS got off the kit to peek and take the battle, it's Diaz that wins it.
Oh my god.
Furia, stay alive here on border.
This is insane.
Well, don't speak too soon. Big moment for Furia. Cyber continues his rampage on the side of Faze, but it still wasn't enough to get it across the line.
Well, as soon as Cyber died, honestly, the belief was maybe that Furia could win the round, and funnily enough, they go on and win the round.
Oh my god.
Deal with Cyber, and maybe today you could deal with Faze. Azami Solid Snake will be the bands. Furia just keep this interesting on border. 4 to 5. Armory Archives up next, though, will be difficult to attack into, but they almost were able to crack it back in the 7th round. So we look back at some of the Cyber highlights. Another 3K from him. Herds, just nothing working for him today.
No, that was a rough one. Bobs as well, just got completely slammed.
Well, you can see what it mentally, but maybe winning this round. Herds mentally look defeated. Furia mentally look defeated. But you go and win this round, and maybe that just gets the energy flowing again.
There's still a chance, there's still hope, there's an opportunity for Furia to steal this map.
10 seconds remaining.
But we resume the rotation, and it's back to 2nd floor for Faze.
34 kills for Cyber, and still only in the 10th round of the 2nd map. Furia, no. Need to get this to 5-5. Faze are so good at closing out these maps. After a little streak of 3 rounds that Furia got the opening kills, it's back to Cyber shenanigans early in these rounds. He'll be one to watch early again on the Solus towards break. That's not a peak battle, Laura, that you want to be testing. But he may test it. The first shots don't land from Cyber. That is something we haven't seen much of today. And he loses the 1 versus 1 against Loira.
It's a perfect start for Furia. They will see that name down in the kill feed and be filled with hope for the remainder of this round.
That's the belief, surely, for Furia. We've dealt with Cyber. The Solus is gone.
Damn.
We find the opening kill. And they do so rather early. Only a minute into the round. This will stretch the defense of Faze a little bit here. They've actually double stacked towards security, so there are gaps. And those gaps are over towards east air side of the map.
Full rotate Archives. I think they just hit Archives here. They should be good.
Archives has been vacated. Vidaking, though, is still close by inside of Archives. Handy could, of course, help out as well towards lockers. But that would leave KDS stranded towards security. Souls towards Fountain. Can he get involved? They can push a lot of areas and try and navigate their way into the building.
Talk of the IQ.
Herds to play off the call. But the pistol shots aren't fully connecting, so Boxer says,
nicely
I'll do it
done.
myself.
Good enough.
That's the Warden dealt with. And again, with this 2nd kill, Furia have opened up the map, and Boxera, massive headshot as Souls falls to the demon.
This
Furia
is not good.
will look to tie up border.
Fuck.
And do so in a very dominant fashion, might I add. This is getting very interesting. Handy on call as he pushes up these stairs now. Also death marked. They know exactly where he is. The drums are just getting a little bit louder here in Paris because Furia are making it happen here on border.
This is insane. What is going on?
Mano, eu acho que... Vamos repetir essa.
Tá, seguinte, a gente vai repetir a sinal, só que a gente vai fazer com o Cyber de ela e o Soul. Você pega C4 mesmo, tipo, vou tentar fazer uma double C4 aí naquelas portas.
Eu vou de mira também.
Pode vir de mira, mas em vez de você ficar picando, tipo, porta-nilba, fica jogando C4 no quadrado e tenta fazer C4 no PC junto com o Red também. Lá com essa trap aí, traz o... Tá, pega C4. Traz o teu C4, fechou? Tá. Vou tentar, tipo, pescar alguma coisa nesse corredor aí que tá de boa. Outro bom, é só a gente repetir o oficina. Pô, os caras caçaram lá o Cyber e tal, sabe? Se você quiser subir lá pra jogar com o pessoal, pode subir. Tá. Se quiser matar todo mundo de baixo, você pode matar também, né?
Bora aí, guys.
Então vambora, só dois mais tá precisando.
Bora. Eu acho que a gente fica peitando ali, ou se usar a meiota e a tripa.
As the tactical time expires, all tied 5-5, and it will be repeat bomb side as well for Faze. Back to Armory and Archives. Well, guards, is it as simple as deal with Cyber, deal with Faze today at the moment? Is that the script? It's a big part of it.
Maybe.
It's got Laura fired up. But the job's not done. Round 11, 5-5. Faze's border streak now on the verge of being broken by Furia from 3-5 to 5-5. Faze 7-0 record is on the line. Fortress, a very strong map as well for Furia. This feels pivotal in the grand scheme of the overall best-of-5 grand final. These next few rounds can determine quite a lot.
So the Twitch in play here. Furia responding to the mirror. And Faze in anticipation for the Deimos. The tuber out in play for the counter.
I wonder, do you tell Cyber to just settle a little bit, ever so slightly? Or do you just back him in the way he's been playing?
You back him in.
If he dies, he dies.
It was really off the back of a nice clear in the last round. Cyber didn't play particularly poorly. It was really good from Loira. He's been a good info box. Zero falls though, the Twitch on the ground.
And finished off by Handy. That's another opening kill for Faze. Just calms the nerves for the defense. Diaz, though, has one trapped.
Handy
get himself out of this little situation. He crosses the window safely, and at the same time, they lose Loira. From standing at the end of the last round to sitting down out of this 11th round. Faze up 5 versus 3. The Furia have a big clutch in them. It's about time Herds gets involved in this grand final. He's been awfully too quiet.
It's about trying to isolate the rest of this defense now. Oh, Souls.
Easy kill for Souls.
Oh, no, don't die.
Couldn't fully connect the shots. Difficult shots to land. Herd still struggling to get involved from East Stairs. Flash thrown in from Diaz, that's his last one, and he will get finished off as well. Handy, who started it all in this 11th round. Well, we've had 2 flawless rounds in the last 3. We might have a third. As Faze on the verge of getting to map point, Herds will get a freebie on to the sitting duck of Souls. But I don't know if he's ready for Cyber. He'll have to pre-fire swing, and instead, the slow walk-through is his demise. Faze have got map point here on border to keep their streak alive. Furia now need to send this to overtime.
And it's a harsh reality check for Furia, who, if they are to get the job done, will need overtime. Decimated here in the 11th round. At every point of entry, Faze met fire with fire. And on every duel, nearly another flawless to add to the growing tally here on border. Faze looking recomposed and ready to close out.
Come on, Faze, win this out. Come on.
Not gonna kill. KDS actually stole that kill at the end. He goes to 11-5 as well. Been a really strong grand final from KDS.
Wolves has only
With Handy,
one
both
kill.
those two
Oh
have
my
gone
god, I
positive
feel so
across
sorry
both
for
maps. Of
him.
course, someone that has been stealing the spotlight. So second go round for Faze, ends up working on Armory Archives. Now Vent Workshop plays very similar in terms of defending on that Lorca's position. It will be an attacker change up for Furia. Zero will go on to the Twitch. Just the second time seeing this site in this half. They've been playing a lot of Deimos in this half, Furia, in the hands of Loira. This time he'll go on to the Grim. First time seeing Grim in this half. In fact, that's the only change that they made from one of the earlier rounds, which was Bathroom Towers. It's a very similar lineup.
Yeah, they'll probably layer a lot of util here onto KDS, try and dislodge that security position. They can use that then as a front line for the rest of the attack. It's like KDS with DMR in hand needs to be effective. Can be an isolated position. There are the flames.
Oh, KDS! Massive headshot onto Herds.
Damn,
it's not
come
been
on.
his day.
Oh.
It might not be Furia's either. They've just been torn to shreds.
Are you kidding me?
Losing far too many players too quickly. KDS will escape as well. Back to the safety of customs. As Volks
Come on, Faze, come on, come on, come on.
Need an all-time 2 versus 4 clutch to get this to OT. Otherwise, they're 2-0 down in the grand final.
Oh, Nitro below could seal the deal.
And it looks like it may. Although, KDS.
There it
delayed,
is.
But all the same as the result. I'm sorry, Volk, but I don't think you're going from 2-9 to 6-9. It's got 90 seconds for a 1 versus 4 clutch. No flames available. And not going to be given any free opportunities.
Oh, another Nitro, another Nitro.
Should get this map done. And it means for Furia, they will need to come back from 2-0 down in this grand final. Soul's perfectly placed. This just feels inevitable. Even with that kill, Souls was always going to put the dagger into the heart of Furia. The back-to-back champions go 2-0 up here at the Esports World Cup Grand Final.
34-11. There's 3
it's weird.
things.
That's
it's the
what it is.
pride
Nah.
of playing for
It's
FaZe Clan.
it's a fun
it's the
commercial.
inspiration of being a husband, a father to his son, and it's the moment to be able to cement his name in Siege's history, not only with winning a major, not only with winning a 6 invitational, but winning an Esports World Cup title. He'll be able to be a 3-crown champion after this series.
And look at what it means for the family, right? The emotion on their faces. I've just seen the players on the side of Faze look on their left side, look at their close ones here as they go onto the third map. They could very much win this after this, and obviously they would punch their ticket. The first team ever to make it to 6 Invitational 2027. That would be in Brazil, 100% in front of their close ones. They could become the first team ever to win not only an SI, a second SI, but a third one maybe in Brazil. On top of winning EWC here today, that would be absolutely crazy. And it all starts here, Rain, by winning this map.
You see the faith, eyes closed, hands pressed together, because what FaZe is doing in some ways is a miracle. They have performed so well so far.
They're doing
and that
everything
foundation
right
has
by
been
like
set by this organization by being back-to-back 6 invitational champions. Now they look to do it in front of their family. Son in the crowd, husband and proud. And of course the map with one last hole before they lift the trophy will be none other than Fortress. I'm done waiting. Send it over to Xenox and Guz for what could be their final call.
So to Fortress with go. Faze, can they get a 3-0 sweep against Furia? But this is a reason why Grand Finals are best of 5s, to give a team like Furia a fighter's chance to claw their way back into this Grand Final. Will Fortress be their safe haven? They've got an 8-2 record over the last 6 months on this map. The Faze 4-3, but recency bias, guys, over the last 2 days. How about this?
How did you go to 3,000?
Liquid 7-1 yesterday against GK. For Faze, they're more than ready, and they get to start on
how
defense.
did that video go to 3,000? I need to check this. What the fuck?
Furia electing to take the Kaid Bandit combo out of play, alleviating some of the pressure onto Hard Breach. And Faze not wanting to contend with the Monty and the Glaz on the choke points that Fortress will naturally present. Furia might be able to find some salvation on this map, but I think I look at it from the perspective of Faze getting a complete free shot. The result of this should be largely irrelevant in the context of this series, and so...
You say that, but you want to close it here and now, don't you? You want to slam that door shut. You don't want to give Furia hope going into lair.
I'll take it.
Certainly a fair counterpoint. You never know what could happen in Grand Finals, stranger things.
Yeah, well, a long way to go, and Furia haven't probably shown enough to suggest they could even take this map, and certainly attacking first up isn't going to be easy.
Reloading.
But they've just got to throw caution to the wind. A couple of Hail Mary plays, try and be a little bit more divisive. A slow start, though, for the attack of Furia's. Herbs will make his way through games. It is Command Bathroom, the opening round, so they're going to sweep across south side up to the north side. Nothing too crazy from Faze. Top floor hold and around the site. Just all prepped and ready for Cyber. Doesn't quite find the opening kill, but a little damage onto Volps. And now they look for a double swing with Handy. But it is Handy that loses out the battle to Boxera. Class is activated from Cyber as the Candelas start to rain in. Two more available for Boxera. And will clear this deployable shield, and Cyber gets caught. Good clear from Furia.
Like I said, like Fortress would be Furia's best chance of winning.
Has been strong here from the attack, but it's a matter of converting this position and finding a route for plant. Volp's still deep, isolated a little bit here. Needs to be careful. Where's the help?
KDS trying to win the battle against Volps. As he said, where is that help for the Blackbeard? They did lose Loira. That's one troop down. Volp's inside of the site. It's Diaz that will catch out Souls towards the courtyard corridor. Yep. Diaz hasn't really gotten too involved. As Vidiking will fall to Herds, it's a good start for Furia. But when you're 2-0 down in a grand final, such a long way to go. KDS, as Volp's got off the plant, it's Boxera that gets the kill. They start well, but it's one round and you're 2-0 down in a grand final. They've just got to take it one round at a time.
Positive takeaways, though, for Furia. Good work in converting that round. And the clearance of some of these power positions overall was actually pretty clinical. We did see Volps get left on a little bit of a temporary island over towards Bathroom on that Blackbeard, but he ensured that he played reserved enough that he didn't forfeit his life. Then allowed the rest of the attack to reposition, and Faze were very much on the back foot for the majority of that round.
I mean, that's what you can build confidence off, though, especially attacking into Fortress, get a nice early round, but it's the way you did it, as you mentioned, with the utility clear, able to dislodge Cyber, get the first 2 kills. In a map like Fortress, I think for Fury hit, not only, of course, they've got to win it, but it would then build confidence going into Lair. You win Lair, suddenly it's 2-2. A 2-0 lead honestly feels as if you're a long, long way back, but you win this, and then it's a contest on Lair, and who knows what can happen.
Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
But for Furia, they cannot, at any point here on Fortress, draw their attention to the next map. They have to stay focused. Another good start for Boxera, who I think has been able to hold his head high in this grand final. His first grand final.
It's going to be interesting to observe as well. Does this map maybe give an opportunity for Herds to find his stride?
Will they be able to do
by his high standards? Lowest rated player in the server, 52 EPS, 6 and 20 for him.
Well, if you recall back to 6 Invitational 24, he didn't have the greatest of grand finals either in terms of the start, and certainly on the last map of Labs, but then he was very instrumental in the comeback for W7M back in that particular grand final. He's the kind of player that if he can just get a couple of kills and get some momentum, he can carry that pretty easily.
I need to stand up. My muscle hurts.
First minute goes down. Dorm's game's the side, so again, top floor the focus. But a little bit more horizontal spread this time from Faze. Vidiking looking to play directly into games. Handy KDS and Souls will contest on the north side of the map, which is where their push is coming from Furia.
Yeah, very map sweep dependent at the moment from Furia. Faze happy to
good
peel.
timing, good timing. Voxora thought he had a chance with the pistol. KDS then rips the head off, and Lawyer will then fall to KDS. Played this nicely in a third as well.
KDS, slow down.
Couldn't quite get the fourth onto Volps.
Slow down.
Does keep the round alive for he and Diaz. 2 versus 3 is not impossible at all. Cyber Nitrocell thrown out and connects onto Volps. He finds his first, I'm sure, of many here on Fortress. There's poor old Diaz now by himself in the 1v3.
Yeah, good luck. Has a minute. You two now to be layered though from Faze.
All chance. But I don't know if he'll be afforded a second. Behind that deployable shield is Cyber, and he is very deadly, and exactly the reason why.
That was like a snake.
Faze strike back on Dorm's games. 1-1 on Fortress.
That's a little bit better. As we prepare for round number 3. Tertiary site. Will we see a seesaw effect here on this map? As we look back at the replay package from the second.
It's KDS to start, wasn't it? And then finds that third to probably almost seal the round.
And he didn't even have to do anything overly aggressive. He was mid-peel and just found that window of opportunity to strike.
KDS will get himself up to 20 kills now in the series. 22 for Boxera, 36 for Cyber.
10 seconds remaining.
As we go waiting and cafeteria for the third round. Bans after this. Nothing is granted and everything is earned is the motto here at the Esports World Cup. Faze have been earning very nicely so far. The trophy in their sights, 6 rounds away. What did we go with? The Triple Crown? Was that?
Hey, we're casting. We get to trademark it. Whatever you say sticks. Whatever you say sticks. I do like Triple Crown.
Well, I was referencing the Quad Crown if you want to count reloads for herds. I don't think many will agree with that. Another slow-paced start in the opening minute. Furia just get to work. And Volps will spot one. Nitrocell shot out. Good reaction time. So the Nitro of Vidiking. One more available for Faze. It was no longer. As KDS falls, he had the Nitro left. Good DMR kill from Souls. Now trying to find the headshot angle onto the Blackbeard. But it is Volps that wins the 1v1. But as everywhere else on the map has gone the way of Faze, it means he is the only one. Another capitulation for Furia on the attack as Cyber to finish it off. 2 in a row for Faze Clan. A comfortable third round victory. 5 rounds away. It feels inevitable.
And what a story it would be as well for Faze Clan as an organization, yet to lift a trophy here at the Esports World Cup.
It's hard to believe that in the last 3 years, they haven't lifted anything but a hammer, which of course they've done twice back-to-back. No majors, no Esports World Cup. And they're so close to adding to that trophy cabinet.
We'll see how it goes, guys.
Bans will be Ella and Ying going into the next 3 rounds. Look, if we're being honest, I think 2 attacking rounds for Furia might be enough on a map like Fortress. I don't think they need to get 3 or more. But it's just the devastation that we've seen in the last 2 rounds again from Faze and what they're capable of. They can just deny your ability to win a round so quickly. 2, 3 kills all in the span of about 3 seconds.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds remaining. Attackers are moving to defuse the bomb.
So into round 4 we go. Ella, Ying, both banned out. Alleviates some of the pressure for Furia and contending with shields in the front line in particular. And with Ying unavailable, Faze will be better fortified in some of those key power positions, which, to be fair, Furia have done a pretty decent job in clearing thus far. Once again, posturing for the full map clear, and, well, Faze are ready and waiting. Cyber currently Laundry down below in a position to pinch Bulbs.
Bulbs has also already taken a bit of damage directly from Souls. Here comes Cyber. It's been his tournament. It's his MVP at the moment. Oh my goodness. We get the overhead view of the damage that Cyber can do. He crosses 40 kills now in the 3 maps. He will be shut down though by Diaz, but in this grand final we've not really seen these 2 versus 4 comebacks. It's not really been something that Faze have given over to Furia. They do not relent. They don't give up these sort of advantages, these leads in these rounds. We'll take something very special from Diaz and Boxera. Feels like hope is fading really quickly for Furia. There's a bloom, Boxera can't make your way back there, buddy. You can't park there.
And you can get brought back up at least.
Unlucky. I think Furia's getting
it's all
a little
about
bit
dotting I's, crossing T's for Faze. Neutral standing, 2-player advantage, and all the momentum their way. You very
really
rarely see Faze forfeit these kinds of rounds.
I mean, what do you do here for your Furia? I mean, Boxera's very low on health. He does have 2 Jogger payload calls available.
No, I still need the watch hour. That's the only thing I need. I need to get my watch hour before the end of January. Otherwise, it will be doubled
swing,
because
try
of
to
the
clear out this corridor
monetization.
position. KDS has, by the way, moved into bathrooms and could go for a back hit.
But I haven't posted as much as I want to because I'm taking care of my mom.
Not probably ready for Souls prone in the middle of the corridor, and indeed he is not. 3-1 lead for FaZe Clan.
But I will be posting more. I need about 2,000 hours
and crushing one more key. Tactical timeout for Furia.
But I'm going to be posting more long-form videos. So I'm going to be posting about the new season. I'm going to be posting about this, the final.
Eu acho que agora vai ser perfeito para fazer semi-cavalo. Não vou nem me estender muito sobre isso, você vai concordar. Como da cozinha, eu acho que vai ser muito bom fazer Faze. Eu queria você de Demos para fazer a posição na porta-lobby e você de Solid fazendo entrada céu ou na torre. Porque eu tenho certeza que o Cyber vai querer começar em cima, ele vai entregar uma open kill pra gente, a gente vai ganhar um espaço fudido no mapa que vai melhorar o nosso mid, tá ligado? Faz sentido? A gente vai night track, vai funilando. Não, acho que vai ser melhor Demos, porque você spota, se a gente vê quem que ele é, você spota ele só pra ficar dando info do bet pra onde que ele tá,
entendeu? Also do, guys, as a reminder, I'm going to do the FPS event month.
O ataque tá no metro pra gente. Bora, vamos
coming up very soon.
Vai ser puxado. Bora, caralho. Bora aí, caralho.
Well, if you're a Furia fan, you better hope that those words from Reduct and the team can look to respond. 2 rounds to go in this half. They're going to need at least 1 more attacking round. Cyber has been the difference maker in this grand final. Nothing is working for Furia. And it gets to a point as well where mentally it's so easy to just shut up shop and feel as if you're not going to be capable, that you can't bring this back, that you don't have the ability. The Furia have got to find a way to mentally make themselves believe that they can do something miraculous. Even if it does seem far-fetched, they have to believe it.
Yeah, from the perspective of Furia, you have to remind yourself that the other
just
5 on the opposing team, they're human, just like you.
That.
Nothing is impossible. It's going to be a challenge, though, and they'll need to play well. It goes without saying. Dorms Games up next. Must fight their way back into this map. As Faze continue their steamroll. Cyber up to 40 kills in this series. And the only reason he's probably not going to get the kill record is because Faze are sprinting towards the 3-0.
Cyber's got more kills than Herds, Bulbs, and Loira combined. By the way, Loira's got 18 kills. Box Hero finds an opening kill, though, onto Handy. As that breathes some life back into Furia out of the tactical timeout. It is only the Malusi. And while it's been a decent grand final for Handy, it hasn't quite been his high-profile best, only 17-14. It's all been the Cyber show today. And he's going to be the real boogeyman that Furia still need to contend with later in this 5th round.
Oh, did not destroy...
They still elect to peel back, despite being a player down.
That is very interesting. I thought
they'll look to play into the late round util on offer here. Nitro, triple smoke, and canisters from Cyber.
Well, they have got information on
Boxer
Cyber.
is the one that
KDS
is
towards the
having all
courtyard
the
corridor,
kills right
courtesy of
now.
Moira on the
4
solid
kills.
snake. He's been able to ping out
But
their
you have
location,
Cyber,
so they've got
KDS
good intel
still
on 2 of
making
the 4 members.
headlines with having 6 and
Cyber's
5
also in the
kills
Drug Melee call,
each.
so he's very low.
Cyber low.
Liking the pressure that they're putting into Cyber, making it more difficult for him. But not impossible, and he creeps in towards Briefing to try and find an angle. Hertz is going to have to be very cautious. Oh, Cyber does find Volps. Of course, he still has an impact. Of course, he still has a say. Loira needs to find this kill on the KDS. He can't.
No.
Despite the opening kill, Faze are still just too good defensively. Cyber to get the last 2. It's another 3 from him.
Seriously, Furia has checked out.
For Faze. As Furia now are so close to that knockout blow coming their way.
I am
waiting room cafeteria, the last side of this half. 5-1 down will not be a good sign. They must win this round.
I feel like at any point now in the future where we reference the BO5 kill record, we need to etch in the asterisk that if it wasn't for Faze being so good, it may well have been beaten. He's on an absolute heater right now.
Okay, Jasper.
10 kills on the map.
He's getting pinged by the Solid Snake. He's eaten the Jugger payload call.
Doesn't matter what you do.
Taken low, and he still then finds 3 kills.
Oh, they light up at the end.
He's on 44
Yeah, that's the reason why the TSG and the
20 short. 20
and
short of the record.
the DM are also getting
best of 3
like
record?
nerfed. Oh my god, I'm serious about this.
Or the 3-map record, if you will.
Oh, well, it looks like we do have a rehost, so give me a moment and I will triple check.
Yeah, rehost will be in progress here going into the final round of this half as Faze have been able to string together 4 straight defensive rounds. And honestly, that's also with, in that time, 2 opening kills from Furia, not able to convert the early advantages.
So it is a 50 kill record, BO3 LAN, shared by KZ and Dan.
And Cyber's on 44. But do you count it? How does that work? Who decides these things?
I think we need a new category for this one.
9 and 3 on the entry as well, by the way. So it's not like Cyber's just kind of getting these like anchor kills and everyone else is dying and then he kind of gets the freebies. No, he's fighting from the get-go. And get this, 10 players in the server, 9 players do not have a KPR above 0.86. So the highest being Box Hero, 0.85. Cyber's got a 1.63 KPR. That's kills per round. He's almost averaging 2 kills per round. That is insane. To add extra context in the league, so SAL, EML, etc., across a particular stage, you might have anywhere from 1 to 3 players average around that 1 to 1.1 KPR. He's on a 1.63.
In a grand final.
It's an all-time performance.
It really is.
Maybe JB92 was onto something. So the lobby being rehosted. Faze 3 rounds away. 3-0 over Furia.
Oh, they're just having fun.
And he's got the Jedi mind tricks on the camera.
I don't think we're going to see this dancing subside from the FaZe clan fans.
And look, honestly, in grand finals or even just a regular best of 3, sometimes you can kind of see the recipe forward for the team that's losing. You can point to good positives and say, well, if they can just do this a little bit better, you know, you find the avenues. There's just nothing that I can envision here for Furia. I think their chance, certainly Bank was very disappointing, and maybe playing one of their top maps first up in the grand final doesn't help them. Border, they were actually pretty decent considering the map streak for FaZe. Fortress, look, I will say, if they can get this second attacking round, close the half out, go defense themselves, there is that pathway back forward. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh, we're struggling to find belief on the side of Furia. And I wonder what's running through the minds of those 5 players on the stage. Do they have belief that they can fight back in this best of 5? We are loading back into the server. It will be the final round of the half. It is must win for Furia.
Yeah, I mean, must win. No underestimating that. You win this round, you get your 2 attacking rounds. That's par for the course. That's kind of the expectation on a map like Fortress. You then go into the halftime break. You get another message from Reduct. Go onto your defense in the second half and 1 round at a time. That's the path forward. Lose this round, you're 5-1 down. No room for error going into the second half. And I think mentally at that point, you're probably shot. I don't know if they can mentally then recover. This is the big one as we head into the prep phase and head into the final round of the half.
Look back down below. Let's see how this one ends up shaping out. It's been pretty mixed in terms of the kill metric over the course of this map. It's been a seesaw effect. Each team trading blows.
5 seconds to go.
But in rounds 3 and 5, Furia have failed to convert.
Sorry, Jasper, I was talking to my daughter. It doesn't matter, you can either write it in Discord or you can DM me, whatever feels, whatever is more easier for you.
Cyber's thinking about the run out. No, nothing better off it. That's another aspect as well of his gameplay across the grand final. Cyber's ability to kind of know when to be ultra aggressive and then when to fall back. He's just done that to perfection. Doesn't throw his life away. I think of
too many occasions where he's been caught out over aggressive.
No, exactly. The drums may be beating from the crowd, but the heart of Furia is fading slowly in its beats per minute. Cyber does get taken down early from box era. Volp's trying to battle over towards Hamam against Souls. He goes gun up. They also dealt with KDS. Souls will die to Volps. This is a much better round for Furia, all inside of the opening minute. Well, that was rather quick, and that was rather needed. A sign of life for Furia, after all, to close the half. They get the much needed, much required second attacking round as we head into the halftime break.
Come on now. What is going on? Holy.
Fazer cozinha horizontal. Primeira tática de fazer cozinha horizontal com a comp safe mesmo. O Dias vai de bandit, deixa 2 choques na janta avançada e queima o Hamas, tá ligado?
Now we can hear how loud it is for them.
Aí depois, guys, a gente vai pra banheiro.
Now it's loud.
Dá choque. Mesmo se tiver bandit, a gente vai só com isso mesmo. Foda-se, o bot vai de smoke e o Dias coloca trap no céu e Robinho, tá ligado? Depois a gente vai pra suíte. E aí a gente vai fazer a feita da choque também, Ordinate Bandit, o Beto vai ficar com 2 traps na mão pra pôr no Saio Robinho e colocar uma no cavalo. O Bok joga de boio por causa das ligas, Bok, fechou? E coloca os caras.
Só lembra que se eu tiver que
vai querer fazer essa ordem aí.
Descansaram agora. É igual o cachorro que fica latindo,
mano,
só esperar que cansa.
Tadinho dos caras que estão ficando atrás lá, velho.
Os gringão só queriam ver um jogo de boa aqui.
Os gringão devem falar, só tem maluco nesse Brasil.
The coach is like, he's not saying anything because he doesn't
Poxa,
need
o cara ali da
to.
bateria com a camisa amarela da Fúria, né? O Yuri do teste, não?
Não, né, porra? Meu Deus do céu, velho.
Eu sei que não é ele, né, cara? Mas parece, porra. Não parece. Parece não? De Juliette?
Idêntico.
Parece nem um pouco. Que é isso, pô?
Aquele cara lá de olho amarelo parece
o cavanhaque, pô.
Daquele outro lá.
Ó, o Regis tá falando, vamos pôr os
Well, as we head into the second half of this map, to reiterate, this is the most defender-sided map of the tournament so far. It also features the second lowest amount of plants, which removes a rather large win condition for the most part to the attacking team. It's not going to be easy for Faze. That's the goal for Furia heading into the second half. And by getting those 2 attacking rounds, it does give them a platform to build on. All hope not quite lost just yet, but they need to probably start well, get a couple of rounds together. That's one thing that's been really lacking in this series. You go back to Bank, couldn't even string 2 together. Back on Border, the best they could do was 2 rounds in a row. So they've never won 3 straight rounds.
Okay, let's see if they can win on attacker side now, because
let's see what
they
can
are
do now heading into the second half.
By the way, if I'm not talking a lot, I'm just focusing on the match because I'm like,
this feels like their
we've
last
been
chance,
live for
their last
7 hours,
opportunity
guys.
to get
Oh my
something going.
god.
It's great work in the last round.
It's like
Quick sweep,
insane.
horizontal, and Faze given 0 opportunity to peel back towards site. Seems like there's still a little bit of belief on the side of Furia, who have elected to go to the quote-unquote tertiary side. I believe on this event it's actually been one of the more defender-sided, but regardless.
Yeah, when it comes to Fortress on the bottom floor, it has 69% win rate on the defense side. And it's been played 42 rounds
been the most defender-sided
out of 146, so it's the most.
Bathroom, that's been the closest to attacker-sided at 44 attack win percentage.
Really, it says 56 here for me, so I don't know.
All the metrics are there to support Furia in their quest to get a comeback going here in the grand final. But the way that Faze are playing, the way that Cyber's playing, sometimes you can throw a lot of these statistics out of the window.
Dynasty continues. Yes, it does.
We've seen how strong these lurk entries for Cyber have been. Limited trap util up here for Furia, but they have gone heavy on barbed wire, which may stall out some of this progress. Cyber frequently checking his radar to ensure his flanks are clear, as barricades will stall out his initial progress.
I can barely hear the game at the moment with the way the drums are going behind us.
I would say now, I would like the drums to be like, when the round has started, I don't want, I get the hype,
I don't know if this is a grand final or a
it's
dance
kind of the same when you're actually playing
Cyber's getting
golf.
some good
You make
information on
noise
this radar.
before,
3 players
like
picked
not
out,
golf, but like
and
you
Diaz,
make noise
and he slips in through Kitchen. He wants to
in
get
between
aggressive,
rounds.
but Diaz wins the battle with the DMR to his advantage. Opening kill for Furia, and it's on to Cyber.
That'll be a comforting feeling for the defense, and no direct follow-up from Faze. Now a little stalled out.
Oh, good catch onto Handy as well from Loira.
No, this is not good.
Great start for Furia on the defense, but it's Volb's caught running down the hallway from Souls. Little careless. And it's those kind of kills that Faze have been getting in the grand final, where Furia probably haven't been getting those sort of freebies. Minute left. You've got to close this round out if you're Furia. You cannot throw away a 5 versus 3.
Yeah, Faze swarming. There'll be a lot of ones to be taken here by the attack of Faze. Can they win enough out?
Herds wins the battle, holding the doorway cover. Catches KDS, Souls, Bitterking together. Bitterking, good headshot on the box error. Catches the swinging Herds. Throws his life away.
Come on.
The drums subside a little as they lock in as well. This is now very winnable for FaZe.
Can Souls think about getting this diffuser down? Can King cover the cross from Infirmary?
They know exactly where Diaz is as well, and he's low on health. Need to try and play the clock here, Furia, and force FaZe into planting. King, Razorbloom active on him towards Infirmary. Lawyer on a swing, hits the headshot, and means now Souls needs to push forward. Still knows that Diaz is close, pre-fire is good, but Lawyer plays for the trade. Furia hold on by the skin of their teeth. Back-to-back rounds, and it's 3-4.
Yeah, King was considering a rotation there to try and link up with Souls and maybe play for plant protection, but he did get caught by that Razorbloom. A couple of lives thrown away from Furia in that round. Volp's caught sprinting. Herds with a very delayed trade attempt also got caught, left it in the 2 versus 2. But Loira, he clutches up, hits the trade. Furia now trailing by 1 round.
Now.
You know, Loira could be a demon in the server. He's going to have to activate to his very best capabilities. So they hold on. Good start to the round. Dealt with Cyber. Had the 5 versus 3. Yes, it does come down to a 1v1 in the end of the round, but it's irrelevant. It's a round win. It's in the books. Move forward. 2 in a row for Furia. They have yet to win 3 rounds straight, though, in this grand final. And honestly, must do it now for the first time here in the 8th round. Command Bathroom can be a tricky beast, though, on Fortress, as we've seen at EWC thus far. It hasn't been all that easy to defend compared to the other sites.
Come on.
And the shock drone of Cyber already immediately getting to work. Good counterplay available onto the Goya, which we've just seen on display. The mirror as well. Not to mention the Grismot mines, the magnets
now
as well
the drums,
for Volps
like,
and Herds, respectively.
please simmer down with the drums
Cyber
now.
will
We want to hear the game.
His work cut out for him in the util department, and once expended, can then get gun up and active.
Now I feel like this is getting too much, because if the round has started, slow down on the
drone-heavy
noise.
round from FaZe. Imagine they'll slow the pacing down. And then look to, in the late round, execute with the Glaz. They've got 4 smoke grenades available, throw in the 2 bolt. Smokes as well from Handy. It does enable Souls to get quite active on the Glaz. Every round is so crucial for Furia, though. For FaZe, well, they're not sweating at all. Already 2 maps up in this grand final.
Every time we have switched to Cyber, he is taking down so much key
Seriously?
utility. The ladder trick as well. Executed perfectly.
Oh, Herds caught by Handy. It's been a really rough grand final for Herds. He just hasn't got going. First smoke pop now for Souls to play off. I think FaZe want to get aggressive. Cyber doesn't catch the angle, though, held by Boxera. He gets them the kill onto KDS as well. I'd be honestly running through the flames if I was not on low health, just to finish Cyber off. You don't want him back in the round. And Boxera will make the trip down, follow the blood trail. Gasbabe to finish him off. Cyber's dead. 3v3.
I would have used that smoke bay,
Handy
actually.
has got him covered. Loira falls. FaZe on the verge of finding a 5th round. All down to Volps. We need a big play from
Furia,
Volps here
what
for
are you
Furia
doing?
to win
You
their
had
first
everything
straight. It's not
going for
happening.
you? What?
Handy to finish the round off and get FaZe to 5 rounds secured, 2 away from closing out the grand final.
Yeah, you don't often see FaZe losing rounds in that kind of fashion. The ability to fight back, and whilst this duel was taking place and Furia even man count, FaZe took nice space.
Yeah, I'm
Boxera
like
had
surprised that
himself
they
cut off.
lost that Furia.
The on-site hold from Loira fell apart.
Holy. This
And
is
Volps
not
no
good
chance
for
in
them,
the 1
guys.
versus
It's
3.
not going good.
Just haven't seen those sort of comeback rounds, those clutch rounds. This grand final's been lacking in seeing a lot of those play out. 2v4s, 1v3s, etc. It's been very, very rare. We had 1 clutch back on Bank, which was a 1v1. A couple of 1v1s back on Border. And of course, the Loira technical 1v1,
now
but
people
wasn't really.
Yeah, one of them, as you mentioned, 1v1s, right?
Check.
1vx is hard to come by between these two teams because they're such high quality.
Well, Faze haven't needed the 1vx's, but
that too.
It's probably been a little missing for Furia. So again, stuck though at not being able to get 3 consecutive rounds. They'll have to settle for 2 straight, and then back to the well they go. Dorm's games for round number 9. Cyber has been tamed ever so slightly in the last couple of rounds, but others for Faze stepping up.
Vidiking to resume the twitch in this round. First shock drone dealt with, still 1 in pocket. Once again, similarly to the last round, a lot of utility that he can counterplay into, enabling a little more versatility around the map for the attack. Rotero's for handy, useful into the double deployable shield here. From the defense of Furia, Volps finds the first.
Yeah. Needed that one early in the round. They haven't always converted, though, on their opening kills here on Fortress. Enter to the Quan Hive launcher. Nice information obtainable for Faze. Actually now had 4 of the last 5 opening kills have Furia. Good information, though, on to Loira. Faze have shown a far better capability of bringing these 4 versus 5 rounds back into their advantage. Cyber on the low. Eva barrier will just block him at the doorway. Good reposition from Loira, and still has 1 more in the pocket as well. Matricel available for Herds, 2 gas babes still for Diaz, so there is plenty of utility for the defense heading into the final minute.
Yeah, they're playing into that util so nicely at the moment. Good positions held here at the moment by Furia. Not over-peaking, disciplined. Cannot afford to feed ones to Faze.
Was a flash thrown as well. That is a little bit wasted. Good swing from Loira onto Cyber. Backed himself in and won the battle. 2-player advantage for Furia. Soul's hoping that 1 more will go for a swing. Mirror window has been broken. Vidiking has the chance. Loira goes for the jiggle peak.
No.
But then Herds well positioned to deal with Vidiking. Spray will not connect from Souls. Handy did find the kill onto Loira. 2 versus 4.
Yikes,
no, done. 2 quick kills from Furia. They'll find their 3rd round in the last 4. Starting to build a little momentum here on Fortress. 4-5.
Yeah, looking locked in and focused there in round number 9. 1 more ban per side.
It's got to be the mirror. Has to be the mirror ban here. What do you get rid of, though, if you're Furia? Solid Snake will be the answer.
Yeah.
Wanting to deal with Cyber in one way or another. As Faze call attack time
A
out.
gente pode fazer a mesma play e tal, só que vamos fazer essa parada aí meio de comer pro TI, que é da pressão lá daquela Arune lá que tá jogando pro bomb.
Então, faria só o...
Aí o Red, pô, em vez de ficar splitando lá em cima, joga uma janela no TI também e a gente vai bulhando todo mundo, fechou?
Tá, fechou. Tenta vir lá bandeirinha queda.
No bomb do banheiro, deu pra perceber se tá fazendo recuado ou avançado nessa play? Não,
mano, era pra equar com a mira no seu. Era pra equar com a mira avançada.
Tá, beleza. Então vamos fazer uma splitada, meio que beitando a mesma coisa, tipo, de smoke manobras e tal, e a gente vai dominando o mapa e depois a gente termina, tipo, avançando.
Eu jogo solo
I don't know why, but I'm
Isso aí
having
vai
like
jogar, tipo, pulando L e avançando porta L, fechou?
tension.
Eu vou de
side.
stone nesse então, quebrar as coisas.
Timeout expires for Faze. It's 3 of the last 4 rounds for Furia. It may not be 3 straight, but they are starting to string together a couple of rounds. 4-5 on the scoreboard. They've also started to get control of the entry battle, winning 4 of the last 5 opening kills. As we head into the 10th round, can they go back-to-back rounds again, tie the scoreboard and put a little bit pressure onto Faze to close the grand final out here and now on this map of Fortress? This feels like Furia's last Hail Mary. But at any moment, it's easy to think that Faze could find this 6th round and probably put the nail in the coffin.
So let's see then how Faze in particular pivot around the Solid Snake ban. It seems like Cyber will once again resume duties on the Twitch. Vidiking back on the Flores, so heavy emphasis still will remain in terms of
Come
util
on.
clearance, despite
Lock it
that
out,
mirror being
Faze.
banned
Lock it out.
Still quite a useful tool in dealing with Razor Blooms to enable work.
So they lose the mirror on this side of waiting cafeteria. Instead, then they now bring the Warden. That's the main change up for Furia, along with bringing the Azami instead of the Goyo. Losing the Solid Snake, of course, for Faze. They will change up a little bit. Mainly going to be bringing Twitch again this round. Didn't bring it though for waiting cafeteria, along with the Striker, which will be double flash and double frag grenade for Handy.
Building new mag.
More than likely going to be a traditional slow build-up into the round for Faze, contending with keeper barriers and other various pieces of utility that will naturally slow them down. There is that Twitch onto Thorn interaction mentioned previously, as Souls can get to work hard breaching on the Hammam side of the map. Maybe draw the attention here of Furia. Elects not to blow that straight away, as Faze are still staging elsewhere.
Halfway through this round, but I mean, that's the Faze special, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone outside. Classic Faze. And one of the few teams where we don't concern ourselves with worrying about the clock too much. They know how to use it so efficiently.
Oh, but Herds finds an angle onto KDS.
Nah, that is not
Is Herds
good.
slowly getting himself individually off the canvas for what's been, well, to be honest, a terrible grand final up to this point, but it can change. Another opening kill for Furia. They've started to dominate in that area. And Cyber, well, he's been stranded on 10 kills now for a while. This may be kill number 11, but stolen away by Vidiking. He won't care about that. He's happy to see the end of Boxera. Faze answer back. So they start to push through that courtyard corridor. But it's Diaz that catches Handy. No trade potential either. Cyber not close enough. Still at the doorway. So didn't have the chance to get the trade on to Handy. Advantage again for Furia, heading into the final 35 seconds.
They still haven't dealt with Herds over towards Dining. This is a tricky position now for Faze to problem solve their way out of.
Furia so close to tying up Fortress. Herds to duck away from the flash. Another one though, he goes full white. Has Loira got a long angle though from that main hallway with the DMR of the Aruni to help Herds, who does seem a little bit stuck. Vault over Souls. Vidiking won the battle against Diaz, but Loira did have a big save.
No.
Huge headshot from Loira.
No.
Vaults the finish. Furia are fighting off the canvas. They've won 4 of the last 5 rounds. We are tied on Fortress.
Oh, some huge individual moments in that round for Furia, withstanding so much pressure from Faze, who again in the late round made a real challenge of that round. 15 seconds, a player down, and it flipped on its head in an instance. Volps and Loira to hold down the line, and that DMR getting to good work, courtesy of the Aruni. We're all tied on Fortress.
Is this a false dawn though? Or is this a real comeback potential? The groundwork laid for Furia. 4 of the last 5 rounds. And getting a really good team effort now as well. Herd starting to find a couple of kills for what's obviously been a very difficult grand final for him. 8 kills though for both Volps and Loira. 7 for Diaz and Boxera. So they've got multiple weapons that can have an impact in the rounds. Again, Cyber's stranded at 10 kills. Now 10 and 7. As he's gone a little quiet, so have Faze. They've allowed this comeback.
Come on, Faze, wake up now.
But such is the nature of, I guess, defender-sided Fortress.
Come on.
See the Denari for the first time as well from Volps.
Yeah, courtesy of the Volk, we see the transition away from Twitch in this round from Faze. IQ instead. strong tool in identifying where that info gather is and then being able to formulate a way to deal with it, although it may leave them a little more exposed in some of the util clearance game. And a byproduct of that may mean that some of the lurk potential here for Faze is a little trickier than has been the case for the majority of this half. Flores level mainstay, once again back in the hands of Vidaking. Just the one deployable shield in play this time round for Furia.
Cyber does win the initial battle against Loira. Stopping a streak of opening kills for Furia. Now must do it 4 versus 5. By the way, the opening kill conversion in the last 5 rounds sits at 100%. It's been a determining factor.
Yeah.
The drums go quiet as Furia need to navigate a 4 versus 5 in this final minute of round 11.
Oh my god,
and Bathroom, of course, was won by Faze last time in the 8th round, and they're setting themselves up to do it again heading into this last minute. Diaz has got to be so careful, but finds the angle onto Handy. Handy is revivable. Nitrocell available for Diaz, double gas bait for Boxera.
Oh, util layering, Herds down.
Cyber on 1 HP, Handy's back up as well, so it's a straight 5v3. Gas bait connects and Souls will go down. It's a crucial double from Boxera. 30 seconds, 3v3. Overtime to be secured for the winner of this round.
Long rotate, KDS. They're going to double stack this position, try and trade their way into Bathroom.
Got to recover the kid as well. KDS to vault over, claim it. Volps loses the battle against Vidaking, but Volps then gets the last laugh against Candy. The tripwire connector gets the kill. Plan to go down from KDS. Can Boxera find the way forward? He's trapped by Vidaking. Oh, what a nitrocell from Diaz! A massive explosion that gives Furia map point on Fortress from 4-1 down.
Well, they looked down and out in that first half, but Furia somehow are fighting back. And even in that round in particular, not off to the best of starts. As you said, the second half, the entry has been converted at a 100% rate. It was this kill right here. Cyber drops, goes bang. Flora never stood a chance. But Furia were able to subvert expectation, holding on in the late round. A massive nitro cell.
So little time as well. Well, Furia have the chance to close this map and send us to Lair to extend this grand final. Another big map from Boxera as he goes double-digit kills.
Come on,
double-digit kills with 11 back on border, and he led the way with 8 on a bank where they got resoundingly beaten. But don't discount Faze. Don't think that this one's done just yet. Andy spots one on his shock drone.
Yeah, Furia with a big extension on the opposing side of the map at the moment, perhaps in anticipation for the full clear from Faze. So the question then will be, do Faze actually elect to commit once they gain this info, or do they go for the rotation more direct?
Oh, Cyber caught on a timing, but somehow Boxera doesn't get the kill. He had first shot. Cyber, the reaction time is next level. He has been wounded, but it's the opening kill again for Faze. Cyber is a machine. As Volps now lurks here on the first floor, but he gets droned out, position known, and forced to fall back.
He was eager for the trade attempt, but won't force it.
Oh, Loira almost dying as well. Furia attesting their fate here in the final round of regulation. need to win this next fight.
Please.
Again, another fight that Furia have not been able to win. But Hertz has got the information on Cyber's position towards tower. Handy finishes off Loira. 5 versus 3 for Faze. And they are typically good at closing these advantages out. Diaz needs the ace. This one is seemingly going to overtime, but that's a big kill. That's kicked down. Gives Diaz.
Why the fuck are you holding that fucking angle with the kid?
He gets tagged up. Cyber, Handy, both low. It's not impossible, but really improbable.
He's been enclosed. Faze have been able to gain ground. A lot of time to work with as that diffuser's collected.
This is where for Faze, they can just kind of double up. Nitrous Sal, is that going to connect? It does. On drone, they know his games. Double push, but it's Handy that has the angle covered as we go to
Shouldn't be that hard. Come on, Faze. Come on, Faze.
Back. 6-6, the score line. Into overtime we go. Furia do at least have defense. The favored site between these two tonight. Are they rattled though?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You lose that round up 6-5. Do you get a little rattled having to do it all again going into overtime? Faze so clinical. So much composure. Can't help but feel it was a missed opportunity for Boxera onto Cyber. He caught him off guard, got the initial shots. But Cyber, so quick with that reaction, was able to punish him. And off the back of that, we go OT. Furia on defense still. Waiting, Cafeteria, the site choice. And this is a site that Faze could not win on attack from 2 opportunities.
Yeah, Furia picked it first out. Back on round number 7, doubled down round 10 when it came back into the rotation, and as you are alluding to, winning out on both occasions, found the opening kill on both occasions.
Going to bring Valkyrie as well this time around on Waiting Cafeteria. First time they'll do that.
Come on now.
No IQ either for Faze. Valcams could have an impact in this round to start overtime.
You know, I do wonder, maybe it was hidden, or perhaps Faze just electing not to bring it. They have in the past, though. We saw it back in round number 11. Can that info gathering give Furia an edge in this round? From an information perspective, will be important in identifying what's clear, what's not. I think most critically over the early to mid portion of the round, trying to identify what kind of lurks might be employed. Now they can try to shut that down. Speaking of, Cyber already inside the map, this time lobby.
Yes, aggressive.
Obviously, one Volcam already dealt with. 1 lobby, 1 museum still up for Hertz. Here's that lobby Volcam. Boxera trying to play off this ping. Cyber making an entry through front.
He's looking for the cam.
Did you see it? I saw it.
Right.
He's taking some time, though, out of the attack of Faze in searching for these Valcams. Hertz. Can't imagine he's too confident in his swing game at the moment.
Yeah.
4-9 here on Fortress. Lost the grand final for a man
Could
so
it be
experienced.
nerves from Hertz? You shouldn't be nervous at this point, but it's
again,
still a
but
human
Faze,
thing
as you
to
said
be
it earlier,
nervous.
they don't need a lot of time when they go for that side execute. Eddie King to get to work in games, open up the floorboards from above. No one on the top floor for Furia. Full horizontal hold towards the site on the first floor. So Faze will have the vertical advantage.
Yeah, just flushes that defense a little deeper. Leaves Infirmary now a little exposed, and Faze are circling on that corner of the map.
Means you're going to be so careful with your positioning. Danger everywhere. You can sense the uncomfortability of Boxera. But he does hold his position in Infirmary.
He's done a good job.
He has been able to stay alive despite the amount of frag grenades thrown his way. Keep a barrier up, and it's Diaz that got the Nitrocell kill onto Cyber. That's kicked down towards the corridor.
Yeah, really good from Boxera, eating all of that utility, giving his team a chance. 25 seconds now for the recovery from Faze.
He does die, but as you said, job done. Diaz then plays off his life with that kill. Trade back from Vidiking. Flurry coming out from Faze. Hertz though, big kill with the headshot onto Souls. 15 seconds, kit will be acquired from Vidiking. Back into Infirmary he goes. Wants to get a position for KDS to cover, but Loira shuts that down. As KDS finds that kill, needs 2 more in 4 seconds. Will opt for the plant instead, but here comes Volps. 7 on the board for Furia. 2 more chances for map 3 to go their way.
Holy
and get us to Lair.
Okay.
Oh, they had so much pressure in that round. Furia, hold their nerve. Another opportunity to win this map. And head us to Lair.
Well, what a round for Boxera to do his best to dodge the amount of utility coming his way. Got some help though with Diaz, that Nitrocell onto Cyber. That was kit down. That throws a bit of a spanner in the works for Faze. They've got to go get it, get themselves out of position. What Faze do get now though is the ability to win their own defensive round and get this to 7-7. And wouldn't that then put the pressure on Furia? For Faze, it's whatever. If they lose 7-7, if they lose the 7-7 15th round and we go to Lair, they don't mind. They've got 2 maps already banked in the back pocket. But you would imagine Furia will be a little nervy, even on defense, if we get to round 15. But has Furia had the chance to close it out in regulation? 2 more chances here to close it out in overtime. And it looks like they're going to go double shield as well. Blitz and the Blackbeard to be selected for Furia. We haven't seen them attack for quite some time, but there were 2 rounds that they did bring. Both the Blitz and the Blackbeard. Lost one, that was on Dawn's Games. Won the other, that was on Waiting Cafeteria. But we go Command Bathroom.
Yeah, we'll see if Furia get drawn into the map clear here. With the double shield, I'd probably anticipate that to be the case. Playing strong front line and being able to break some of those key choke points. Unless they find an opening elsewhere and then can exploit. Diffuser in the hands of Volps. He'll drop Old Tower. So they
Furia just going to go quick. I think they just want to play this quick. Try and catch Faze off on a timing. Worst case, you lose the round, you go defense next.
No, they get the space, but Faze are nowhere to be seen on this half.
No, but we're a minute into the round. They've already got full Dawn's Games control. Get a little bit closer to the Command Bathroom. They're playing this with real pace. Cyber lurking first floor. Still waiting to send Boxera in, by the way.
Might be able to set up a play here, but it is into the mirror config from Handy.
I think they're going to be looking for this double swing. Boxera through the doorway. Volps and Hertz then over towards Command Bathroom. All pushed together, trying to overload the position that Handy's holding over towards Command.
Gotta pop this mirror window, Hertz.
Still waiting for those flames to extinguish. Now they can move. Now they can go.
Now the defense has responded with util though.
They have been stalled out here. That has also allowed Cyber to make his way back up. He's defending on the north side.
I don't like this with Furia. I don't like this.
Doesn't matter how pretty it is, as long as it's effective. Boxera eats that Nitrocell, and then the bullet from Vidiking. Gun up from Volps. I couldn't find anything on the initial swing, but Hertz has found a double onto both Vidiking Handy.
The double spray.
And Loira can still have an impact as well. His position not fully known. Cyber over towards that hallway. Needs to get involved now to help out Faze. 40 seconds.
The defense does have good deep positions here. Faze could clutch up the round.
Can still use that mirror window as well. Frag grenade onto Cyber's position. Now knows that Loira is close by. Loira is still stuck outside. Cyber, toe into the fire. That is defending his position. Volps has pushed down the hallway. Hertz has found another one onto Cyber. And may just get Furia to Lair after all. He's been so quiet, but so instrumental in this round. Volps to go for the plan, gets off it, shield up. KDS and Solzade hits the headshot. Will they crumble? No, they will not. Loira and Hertz combine.
I wanted to spit it on the weird.
Get themselves to Lair and will not bow out of the grand final just yet. They close out Fortress. And who knows what's to come next? We won't know until Lair is done. But Furia give themselves a fighter's chance.
2 more times to the distance. It is going to be tough. There is pressure on Furia here.
A comeback starts with a single round.
That's right. And that single round is about to be on your screens here. Picks and bans coming out for our operators. Alfama, what do we see?
A shield ban is going to be Kaid and Bandit.
Because we mentioned it before, the playstyle is not the same. The way the map is being played is not the same. And on the side of Furia, you want to once again stick to the game plan that worked. Remove the shields from Biter King. Don't let him get comfortable in there. And then remove the one executor that is the strongest in the meta right now. If you remove Glass, that is Ying, and that is done already. They're making sure they can play into that late round, especially starting in the defense.
But when you go into Lair, you don't know who's going to come out. And that's exactly what we have here. Furia trying to push us to a 5th game, and Faze trying to close it out and lift that trophy on stage. Cyber and the rest of the squad has been phenomenal. Can they do it? We'll find out here as we send you over to Lair, back with Xenox and Guz.
Well, the beauty of map 4 means it's one of 2 things. Either Faze will claim that trophy at the end of Lair, or Furia send us to map 5. It's one or the other in terms of heading into Lair. A 3-2 record for Furia, but most importantly, of course, a win versus Dark Zero. Just yesterday, 7-3 on this map. And on the flip side, the Faze, if you recall, a few days ago in the quarterfinal, they got decimated by Team Liquid. 1-7 loss for Faze. That's the last 2 times these teams have played this map in such a short span of time. Furia begin defense as well. Can they carry that momentum from Fortress into this map of Lair and seek out that 5th and final map of Clubhouse?
I think a good opportunity as well to be mindful. We are now entering map number 4 of this series. Best of 5s, a rarity in Siege, often only played in the most important of games, especially in this kind of environment. And so that's naturally going to give Faze an advantage. The stamina of Furia is really going to be tested to its absolute limits. They did well to grind out Fortress. Lair's going to be a whole different story.
So Master and R6 top floor to begin for the defense of Furia. They'll bring the clash in Diaz to hold over towards Ops at the moment. Right now the focus for Faze opening up balcony side breach. Cyber has been absolutely fantastic. Can he continue his run of form heading into the 4th map of Lair? How will Faze respond after losing Fortress? Can Herds, who came alive at the end of Fortress as well, carry that into Lair for himself individually? He gets going. That's a lot of firepower that he can add to the arsenal for Furia. As Diaz makes a bit of contact with Cyber towards Ops. Keep a barrier thrown out from Herds.
It's a lot of northside posturing here from Faze. Very patient as you would come to expect, but it looks like our 6th room will be their final destination.
King through storage, Boxera, core, and might also tie to the Rotero. No, gets away. He's so lucky to be alive. He has also used all 3 of his gas babes. Heading into the final 55 seconds, Mask is still blocked as Cyber now makes his way over. He's got no Selmas remaining. They'll need to get Handy over to open up the wall. He's at the moment first floor security looking for the rotate up main stairs.
Yeah, a lot of moving pieces to this attack from Faze. Can they connect the dots?
It's going to be very late to this as well. Volps is also down here too. This is going to be an intriguing 1v1 late in the round. A little pivot here from King out in the courtyard, looking for the rotate over towards the breach. Souls gets rid of Loira, and Handy won that 1v1 against Volps. He can push up main stairs as well towards the mezzanine alongside Cyber. Hertz over towards Mask by himself. Boxera still alive, but lower, and now they've dealt with Hertz. They can get this plant. Diaz and Boxera need to deal with Handy very quickly, because the plant will be successful from King. They've slipped on in, they've got the plant down, and Boxera now on a 1 versus 2. Up close with the shotgun against Handy, but couldn't find the contact, and King now slips on out. playing towards the courtyard. And Handy, playing inside a server, has not made a move. This should be all too difficult for Boxera. Low on time, spots the gun barrel, needs to be quick, needs to win the battle. He cannot. It's Faze to take top floor on the attack.
How many teams can pull off an attack like that? So ridiculously late in the round.
Basically a 30-second pivot.
Still comprehensive. They are one of the few teams, if not the only one, that can pull that off at such a regular basis.
I mean, a very solid round, though, bringing a lot of that attention server side.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a roller
Hertz by
coaster.
himself towards Mask in a 2 versus 1. You kill Hertz, suddenly Mask is a plantable position, and that's the win con then for FaZe. This battle here, though, was crucial, because what this means is by Handy beating Volps, he's straight up main stairs. That's more pressure server side. He didn't go and double down with Cyber over to Mez because they already had someone coming from the balcony. He went to bring, again, more of that pressure, bring that clash over towards server, and draw it away from the plant position. A really good play from FaZe, solid teamwork, gets them an attacking round on the top floor of Master and R6, which usually is the defender-sided site on Lair.
And they're firing on full cylinders. That style of attack, you have to be so in sync as a team. The comms need to be spot on and everyone reacting with really, really good timing. A great display. And it could be giving us an insight as to just how strong FaZe may look here on Lair.
It is only one round, though.
It is, and Furia, interestingly, will head us over to the tertiary for the upcoming round. Bunks briefing their side of choice. And the defense electing not to bring the Solace. A common tool for the denial, but the Warden, though, is in play if FaZe were to go for the U-tool layering. But you look at the lineup. There's no Capitao. Are they going to go for the top floor clear?
Bunks briefing featuring one of the highest plant rates in the entire map pool, not just
now
on
the
this
engagement
side.
on that window
is
probably going to make sure that the player is going to die.
They don't bring the sense, which usually does highlight the plant from green. Diaz goes to Nitrocell, does get a good chunk of damage onto Vidaking. Volps will be the first one to fall to the pistol of Cyber, and now FaZe will pick up the pace. They've just got that ability to flick that switch, go from slow pace to then brute force in your face.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
And Furia now are susceptible to the crunch on the top floor. This mirror window, can Furia play off it effectively?
And Lawyer is now low and feels a bit pinched because of KDS at the window. Tries to get some damage into Cyber. Hertz needs to try and help, and he does. Good Nitrocell. KDS then was able to slip in and catch Moira in the back. They do get this server hallway position under control for FaZe.
Furia are not forfeiting top floor easily. They are holding. They want to fight. They want to win the round right here, right now.
No one going towards the site for neither team. No fallback from Furia.
Oh, that sound was big. It's going to force Hertz out.
Diaz and Hertz still playing close by together inside of R6, but a good clear onto Hertz. With that wall being opened up, he was stranded. Bit of a rotate from Vidaking. Diaz caught though. Falling apart for Furia.
No.
Down to Boxera. As he gets 1 kill, 3 more required with 30 seconds. Maybe the best play for him would be to rotate to try and deny this plant, but doesn't be afforded that opportunity. Finished off in the end by Souls. It's a 2-0 start for FaZe. Alarm bells ringing early for Furia. And it will be a tactical timeout called already by Redux.
Eu pausei pra vocês darem uma respirada, tá ligado? Diminui um pouco o ritmo do jogo, porque a gente tá tentando procurar o erro dos caras, ao invés de esperar eles errar. Sendo que eles vão errar, que nem o Fortaleza, guys. A gente jogou só fazendo as reações padrões do mapa, sem ficar muita putaria de troca-troca, tipo, no meio do round, e os caras só foram entregando as kills sem sincronia, tá ligado? A gente tem que seguir o mesmo plano, não sai do plano do Bahia que vai dar certo. Vamos fazer Labs Falcons agora, não tem problema, depois a gente bane o Ace e volta pra de cima. Guys, lembrem das reações padrões do mapa, que é skill vão vir. O round vai ficar fácil se a gente diminuir o ritmo da comunicação e focar no que a gente precisa fazer nos cruzados da tática, fechou? Mas é bom, fazer? A gente vai fazer a Lab depois a gente vai banir Ace e vai seguir o plano com as táticas de mira, guys. O plano tá
fechou.
bom.
Vamos, guys, vamos.
Fechou?
Bora, caralho. Bora.
Bora aí, guys.
Well, we spoke about Furia needing to bring the momentum of Fortress into lair. That has just not been the case. Faze have started so hot. 2 straight attacking rounds on lair. Puts immediately Furia on the back foot. Don't forget, it's the 2nd best defensive map in the pool so far at the Esports World Cup, only behind Fortress. And as we saw back on Fortress needing 14 rounds of action, there was only 5 attacking rounds found. There's not going to be probably that many either on lair, but the way things are going for Faze, it's all too comfortable. It's all too easy. Back-to-back opening kills. They got plant down in the opening round. Didn't need it in the second. And they brought pace and aggression, which is rarely seen from Faze in that second round. And I think it caught Furia off guard.
Now, looks like Furia looking to experiment here in round number 3. It's the Scopos in play.
That's a brazen call.
It is. Probably sensing that, especially on site, Faze are just too strong in being able to layer that util and break down those positions, try and disrupt elsewhere. Cyber on the search for kill 50 in the series.
They have the clear potential with the Solid Snake and the Deimos. They don't bring the Ram or the Buck, which does mean for Faze they can also decide if they want to go rather horizontal, direct towards basement, they can, or if they want to play the clear out game. Leaves them flexible in this 3rd round. Cyber, no surprise to see him looking to make contact early. So far, it's all been box error for Furia on lair.
Volp's bolt, in the meantime, was targeted by that death mark. Could find himself in a precarious position 2nd floor, but all the attention from Faze at the moment is directed towards basement. And you can see the vert set up here from the Scopos.
It does also, though, limit the play for Volps. In terms of being played into, good ping on the radar from Cyber, catching Laura Diaz and Herds' location. It does, though, mean for Volps, if they indeed are going fully direct, he can be the one to backflank for Furia. In fact, he actually has transferred back down into basement. Oh, that's a timing, though, from Boxera onto Cyber. Catches the timing on the rotate to find the first kill for Furia.
Come on.
Feels desperate. He's up to 5 kills. He does not want this grand final to end just yet. Into the final minute, Herd's taken low, but Volp Stars find contact on the Scopos, dealing with the Blackbeard of Souls. 2-player advantage for Furia. These are the rounds you absolutely must be winning. Herd's into the corner, flashes coming his way. Couldn't avoid the second, but hasn't been cleared. The push through not just there yet. He will get cleared though by Vidaking. Finds the tight angle, but trade immediately comes from Diaz on the smoke, leaving Handy and KDS by themselves to try and snatch this round for Faze. But in this grand final, even from the side of Faze, these 2v4s have not been common. Easy one for Loira, spots out KDS, gets them both. Furia find their first round on lair.
Yeah, it ended up being quite one-dimensional there from Faze. The lockers all in, brute force play does not work out. Furia, they withstand that pressure. Isolate a couple of picks in their favor. They still had good roam presence in play. Box Zero caught a good timing as well. They hit the scoreboard as the additional bans will roll through. It's the ace and the mirror. Now the mirror has been certainly causing some disruption on the side of Faze. Not a tool they haven't been able to counter, but by just taking that off the board, it means they can invest that util elsewhere, and it might aid in some time management as well. There was that timing. And whilst a couple of positions on the side itself got compromised late, the one-dimensional nature of the push here from Faze meant that Furia are able to stand tall. And some solid on-side ankle work.
They've just got to keep pushing the boundaries, though, for Furia. Need to mentally try and get into the heads of Faze and Faze to think, oh, how are these guys not going away? Remember at one point in this grand final, Faze handy playing with the camera and all smiles, but the longer this goes on, those smiles will evaporate.
10 seconds left.
Back to Master and R6. These are the sides again. You've got to be winning. They did it back in the opening round. You see the Maverick this time from Handy. Bans the Ace and the Mirror. Maverick probably in response as well to the Bandit selection. Last time out, Faze didn't really go for an ops clear. It's that sort of north side here. A lot of courtyard pressure. I wonder this time, though, with the Maverick selection, if he will eventually go towards an ops push and get this mezzanine control. And judging by the initial positioning of Faze, that should be the case.
Yeah, Handy can create line of sight, generate a cutoff point.
Makes it difficult for Hertz to continue to hold this impressive
Hertz
angle.
caught here.
Hertz is very fortunate on this table in front of Souls.
If there's anyone inside of the server that you probably expected to die there, it's Hertz. He's had a rough day in the server today.
Gets away with one.
Yeah,
does mean mezzanine has kind of been a little bit dealt with already. It's more difficult now for Loira to play aggressively there. Bob still wants to kind of hang around main stairs, but he looks a little cautious.
Faze can completely forfeit ops. It's perceived pressure for the remainder of the round. No one will be confident in re-swinging that on the side of defense.
Early pressure, no way of really getting information. And now they bring all of their players back over towards this courtyard breach.
Did they just go for phantom pressure again here?
And then rotate off again.
Go R6. Maybe the full flip, bit of bathroom pressure as well. It'd be so on brand for Faze to go for that.
Just keep Furia guessing. And again, evidently, as we've seen in this grand final, they don't need a lot of time. They're the one team probably they could just continue to execute 20, 30 seconds left and always look comfortable. They've done well to do with a lot of these Vulcan canisters as well. Laid out by Boxera. Oh, but he catches the timing on the KDS. And suddenly becoming a coming-of-age grand final for Boxera. He's been their best all grand final long. Vidaking taken a little low on that Blackbeard too. And an impact available still, and he will throw it out, and it gets Vidaking very low. But he still then found the kill onto Handy. As Souls will fall, on 1 HP Blackbeard and Cyber's all that's left for Faze. Now getting low on time, but Cyber is the criminal that could put Furia to bed in this 4th round. But as Vidaking falls, Cyber will need all 3 remaining. Gasbabe thrown his way, forces him back from Mez down the server hallway with Loira and Diaz close by. To lock this round up for Furia, Diaz will find the kill. We are tied on Lair.
Yes, we are. Phenomenal work there for Boxera in particular. And in fact, it's so good it prompts the timeout from Faze.
Yeah, the tech timeout should be coming in, like it's crazy.
Podiam fazer, tipo, aquela antiga de domínio quarto, que tu jogava junto com o Cadê no banheiro.
De Marveco? Tá.
Isso. Só que a gente ainda precisa de ter aquela pressão de domínio rápido lá do banheiro, tá ligado? Então, tipo, o Vital...
A gente vai dominar lá depois.
Pode pegar um bug, pode pegar alguma coisa assim, a gente só vai ver o tiro. É bem provável que eles façam aquele snap date lá reforçando agora dessa vez. Fechou?
Fechou. De boa.
Aí mantém o Soji e esse o Hudson joga normal.
Ele tá bom.
Pode, só tem que pegar uma ribana quando faz assim.
A gente pode abusar de Glass também, tá? A gente não pegou nenhuma vez Glass.
Bom, vamos pegar a de baixo pro Souls comer o lab.
Tá, pode ser.
Pela direita. Bora.
Bora, guys, bora.
Comeu, tá.
Well, as Cyber has crossed the 50 kill threshold here in the grand final, someone's getting a little close behind him in Boxera. He's up to 36 kills now. The only one even remotely close to the performance of what we've seen from Cyber. He's also 8-4 on entry. Easily been the best for Furia. Someone so young of age and as inexperienced, he has not been frightened on the stage, in the spotlight. He has been the man for Furia.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a real standout performance for him today, but also by extension, the Esports World Cup. An opportunity for him to prove that he has a spot at this level.
And it's not like this is just any kind of grand final. You're playing a dynastic team in FaZe Clan, and what they've done over the last couple of years, this is a difficult task. You found yourself 2-0 down early, and he's risen to the occasion rather than being, let's say, shying away from it. All tied up, 2 rounds to go in the half.
FaZe Clan need to work on their refrag a
Redux
little bit
already used his.
like it's not
Neither will
any.
have any timeouts going into the second half. Bunks briefing the site again. It will be double hard breach for FaZe. Still electing to not bring the sends and look for a quick rush plan.
Yeah, again, no Capital either. They also drop Blitz. Furia not bringing Solace. Probably anticipating again, early breach open, maybe some phantom pressure courtesy of this Maverick, and then FaZe to invest elsewhere, force a flush, and try and play the round on their terms top floor.
Drone activated.
I'd be pretty surprised if this ends up formulating as a direct hit from FaZe.
Saying that, the way that they're positioning at the moment may suggest otherwise. Or is it back to that sort of phantom pressure that you create and then you rotate off? Saw that back in the last round. Ooh, Cider at the window.
They might look to duo here with Vidaking. Souls as well has quietly crept upside.
Come on now.
FaZe circling on second floor.
Yeah, I think Furia getting the idea that FaZe want to clear out this server side on the top floor.
What does Diaz do? Does he stay or does he fight?
Well, it looks like he just wants to reposition. He does have Volps for cover, but Souls has made his way into Ops, so Diaz and Volps need to be very, very careful. Souls is by himself. Lowest trade potential, handy down below. Souls trying to find an angle. Diaz has got to be very careful. Volts are taking a bit of contact, so they are wary of the positioning. It's Vidaking that finds that kill on the Diaz, and the second on the Herds, who tried to
That's
play
more
off
like
it.
it.
That's forced Volps back as well. He got droned out towards R6, and this is opening a big gap now for FaZe on the attack.
Moira needs to find a multi here, a challenging position.
Couldn't win the 1v1 against KDS, who then makes his way a little bit more forward for Volps to find the kill and the trade. I don't think he's going to be afforded the time and the space to go for that revive onto Loira, but he may just go for it anyway. He's blocked up the door, the window, but then shot from handy down below, finds an angle. Here comes Boxera. No. He only gets the one, 3 to go, 30 seconds. Could this be an all-time highlight moment for Boxera so early in his career? It will need to be. As he gets tagged up, he knows that doorway is not going to be safe to enter. 2 above, 1 below. Cyber to make his push in with the kit as we enter the final 10 seconds.
Can FaZe cover this plant on the vert?
Yes, they can. No entry found
Thank
for Boxera. Out of the timeout for FaZe, they retake the lead. A third attacking found on Lair. 1 round to go in the half.
Back in front. Again, the way they're just able to creep those chess pieces into position and then pounce. It was Vidaking in that one. A swift double. They put so much pressure then on that second layer of defense. Loira was forced to swing. He dies. Volps got caught with the keeper in hand. And whilst he still found one, it wasn't quite enough. Boxera isolated green. And FaZe are just so confident in their ability to deny his position. They hold 2 above, 1 for plant below. FaZe surely marching towards a series win.
That feels as if that's the script that's presented before us. 3 attacking rounds on Lair is a pretty darn good half. And sets them up perfectly going into the second half to follow, where they will be difficult to attack into for Furia. And not for the first time in this grand final, but this feels must win for the Panthers. They need a 3rd defensive round. Down to basement, where they were successful back in the 3rd round. And it was a very good round for them. This will be a little bit more top-down, though, for FaZe to provide more avenues. It was all too one-dimensional last time, too direct. They bring KDS on the ramp. And they'll look to get that first floor control.
Yeah, speaking of first floor, Furia investing the clash currently over towards Armory. A duo hold here alongside Herds, who's gone quiet again here on map 4. We touted this as an opportunity for him to transfer momentum that was gathered at the tail end of Fortress, but today so far has been a real grind. All eyes now on Cyber, who's been deadly on the entry in this series. Once again, resumes proceedings on the Solid Snake. Greenside should be clear for him.
Opening kill conversion so far on Lair sits at 100% all 5 rounds, the first pick. That team has then gone on to win the round. We'll see if that will follow true to close the half. Cyber on the Solid Snake will ease their ability to get this first floor control. Still one the auto breacher available for KDS. They test Herds and his hold towards Blue Stairs. It's not been the day for Herds. Outside of probably 1 round back on Fortress, a day to forget so far. As Boxera makes his way up to help him out towards Blue Stairs. This is probably the last player I'd want on Shield at the moment, the way he's been playing in this series for Furia. But as we know in this modern age, the Clash can still have an impact. What a Nitrocell from Herds, though. With the safety of the Clash and more information found from Boxera, he goes Shield down. But then immediately loses his head to Handy. Maybe overcooks.
Puts Herds on an island.
Herds has got to hold strong. He does get the down and the kill onto Souls. Knows there's one more still close by in Handy. Handy, though, wins the battle and pushes down quickly down Blue Stairs.
That is 2 impressive kills from Handy, but will it be enough for Faze? 40 seconds filter side hit.
Bob still has 2 Vulcan canisters, by the way, that he has not even used. With 30 seconds left, will he even have the space and the time to get that utility down to maybe help defend this site? Probably too late now. 20 seconds, 3 versus 3, the most crucial round of this grand final so far for Furia. Must win. KDS will fall. Volps finds the kill. Diaz to follow up. It's only Handy left with 10 seconds. Needs all 3 kills in such a short span of time as Volps will find the kill. Tied again. We are on this map of Lair. 3-3, heading into the halftime break. And what a big second half to follow.
De baixo, o bombo do meio, que tá muito claro o que a gente vai fazer, tá ligado? Depois eu vou abrir uma conversa sobre o bombo de cima. No bombo de baixo, guys, eles têm a recuada eco deles, tá ligado? E aí o Bahia quer que a gente faça FOD eco. E se for a Labs 3-2 que eles têm, que é tipo, que é mais esquivando garagem, ele quer fazer full garagem. Só que ele quer fazer aquela ideia, Bok, de você de shield escondido no teto e você preparar o Neymar pra ele. Porque o mid-round vai ser muito bom explodir Neymar pra baixo, que eles não tem muito counter de shield, tá ligado? E aí eles vão ficar muito fodidos, porque eles estão muito acostumados, guys, a gente dando o primeiro contato vacina. Vocês vão ter que ter disciplina pro com o primeiro contato vir lá do Neymar.
Eu acho que vale a pena a gente aportar essa parada da Clash e trazer aquela mira Nilba, igual a gente fazia antes, só que com o Soji Smoke e o Cyber segurando esse cara lá de quarto ou ela mesmo.
Mas vai querer o cast lá ou não vai precisar do cast?
Não vai precisar não.
Em qual bomb você falou isso?
O bomb de baixo.
A mira era na esquerda, era, né?
Cara.
Oh boy. Well, a chance to reset. Faze strong out of the blocks on Lair, guys, winning the first 2 rounds. Furia then respond 3 of the next 4. But I question this to you, is that enough? Is 3-3 at the half enough now going on to your own attack?
I think you take it against Faze. But there's one man that they need to keep in line, which they actually have for the most part here on Lair, and that is Cyber on screen now. 50 kills up until this point across the series. The best of 5 record, of course, held by Gunner at the Manchester Major, 63.
Come on.
Can he achieve that goal as Faze continue their march towards the trophy?
Oh boy. Again, sitting at that 100% opening kill conversion. We'll see if that follows through into the second half. Herd's the one that found that opening kill onto Cyber to close the first half. As we head
a little bit
into
darker
the
outside,
bend.
so I can open up the window a little
Cyber
bit
starting
better.
a little cooler here on land, just the 3 kills on his way towards that kill record. i.e. Bandit, Monty and Grim will be the bans Faze probably wondering, how have these guys continued this far into the grand final? They're just holding on, Furia, and if you hold on long enough, you might just get to map 5.
Like, which is crazy.
Leo was saying back on the desk, no pressure for Faze, but if you do get to map 5, all the pressure's on Faze.
Yep.
It flips immediately.
And a good moment there as well from Herds, having impact. He's been under the spotlight over the course of this series and for all the wrong reasons, but his history has taught us he can turn it up when required. But they'll need
see that with a lot of the top pros, though, is it's very easy for them to start, you know, 1-6 or 1-7 or whatever it is, but then once they get a couple of kills, they can get going. We've seen that from Herds.
10 seconds left before insertion.
But it has to happen sooner rather than later. He's 17-35 across the 4 maps. Volb's 20-31, but they've gotten quite a bit out of Loira and Diaz, and certainly from Boxero, who's up to 37 kills now. So as we head into the second half, all tied 3-3. This is not going to be an easy challenge for Furia. The scoreboard may be tied, but attacking into Lair against FaZe Clan is not an easy task. It's going to take their very best. Maybe better than anything we've seen from Furia up until this point. Master and R6, the opening sight of this second half.
Really hard breach pressure here from Furia. Will they go for a similar approach in terms of phantom pressure and then a rotation late as they look to exploit a weakness from this defense, or do we see a more committed play style? At the moment, a heavy shape up over towards green side. That'll be a signal for FaZe.
Yeah, but they've also then got the ability to continue to control Mez, server side hallway. That gives them a lot of confidence on the south side of the map for FaZe.
Oh, Cyber's peeking breach there, almost netted a kill.
Feels really strange, the action that we've seen so far, and yet the damage done to both Herds and Volbs is really minor. Deathmark activated from Loira onto Vidaking, who's been shooting that Shamika launcher. Well, the opening kill is just going to be pivotal, and it really probably needs to go the way of Furia. Frag grenade to clear that deployable shield, forces Handy back. Volbs to try and swing off of that shield clear. Get a little aggressive now for Furia. Live drone going through as well from Boxera. It has shifted a lot of the defenders over for FaZe. Server side, site side, it's opened up mezzanine and ops. Souls has gone back to double check and make sure this is still in control of FaZe, which it is. They've reset. FaZe have still got a lot of control of the map heading into the final 50 seconds. This will need to be an onslaught from Furia into the site.
Yeah, Shamika launcher and triple nitro still in play for FaZe.
And this mirror still
turn
up
around,
as well
turn around,
for
turn
Souls.
around, turn around.
The timing is perfect. Still
Oh,
lost the battle, though.
my God.
He had the chance to net the first kill. Keeps the mezzanine control in favor of the defense. Shamika launcher being spammed now by Vidaking. Volbs trying to make his way into R6, provide the space for the rest, but Diaz falls to Handy. Boxera needs to get involved on the south side. Plant going down from Volbs. Will it be successful? Cover is there. Plant will be successful. The 2 players left. Volbs will then fall to Vidaking. Vidaking to get immediately on for the counter defuse.
Thank God.
FaZe take the lead as they defend top floor.
They read into it so well there. And whilst they did allow the dash deep for the plant, they had all aspects of the rest of the push covered, making that post a piece of cake. FaZe in the lead. They'll go to basement next.
Well, that was certainly an opportunity for Loira. The timing there is Souls very much aware of his positioning, staying crouched. Good turnaround shot. If Loira gets that kill, he's got ops control, can push Mez, can force a couple of FaZe defenders over to his side of the map. That will then allow a bit of a gap to be created for Furia. That was a big battle, one for FaZe. As we go to basement, was successfully defended twice by Furia in the first half, has proven to be actually a difficult site for teams to attack into at the Esports World Cup. Basement sitting at a 68% defensive win rate, the highest of any of the sites on this map from 41 rounds played. Also features the lowest amount of plants successfully, 1 in 10 rounds. That's not great. And again, to win condition not available as much for Furia. They do bring the Rayora along with the Glaz, and we'll be cooking up something in this 8th round.
It's taking a little bit of damage early, but able to traverse over towards the main warehouse breach and expose that. They're very intrigued to see how Furia can employ the Rayora into this lineup. Can sometimes be used to facilitate more direct hits through basement and cut down on that traversal time in towards the side, and in some instances as well draw out the util from the defense and counterplay of that. The Nitros, the impacts as well.
Curious
to be
to
a lot
why
of
is
moving
it
parts to this attack for Furia. Phelps is currently deploying some of that utility from the exterior. As the util layered here by Furia. Some of that, though, getting caught, which may compromise the ability for the guys to get value.
And Diaz is hopeful and praying that someone just walks into his line of sight.
Yes, sir, but don't.
Good information afforded to KDS. Can he get a good timing on this swing? Yes, he can. Shuts down Herds, and they lost Boxera. Loira to fall elsewhere, too. Falling apart for Furia. Never had a chance in this round. Volps, a bit of damage onto KDS, but it feels as if this 8th round is almost a certainty to go the way of Faze. To get them to 5. 2 rounds to go.
Oh, come on, Faze, come on.
Edging closer to that Esports World Cup trophy. It's been fun, but you get the feeling that Faze have almost got the job done.
It's an unnervy feeling for Furia. Completely outmatched so far in this second half. And surely if Faze complete the full rotation and get themselves onto map and series point.
Yeah, you can feel like they know it as well.
That's it. Surely there would be no comeback potential from there. It would be improbable.
Still at that 100% conversion rate as well on the opening kill. 3 of the last 4 going the way of Faze. Well, no surprise, 3 of the last 4 rounds have gone the way of Faze. This is what I was thinking back in the first half. Did Furia give up too many attacking rounds?
The repicks here from Furia. The Thatcher plus the double shield, or at least single shield, suggesting we could see a more direct approach with the counterplay onto the Solace. Furia may elect to go for the all-in play.
Thatcher to deny the Nitrocells, looking to go the way of the planter. It is Bunk's briefing. Well, how crucial of a round this is now for Furia to deny Faze match and series points.
As expected, it's a full investment second floor from Faze. Plant denial in position.
They've got 3 Nitros, they got 3 gas babes and the Solus. I don't know if Furia have the ability to go for the rush plant.
I'm most concerned about the Solus. The Thatcher has to land.
I think this needs to be a top floor clear. They can still use the blitz for that case. Good information as well gained from Herds. Nitro out early from Cyber. Diaz in through storage hallways, got Loira behind him, got the flash, couldn't get the kill. Loira gets the trade, mirror broken, pistol out, hasn't got the space or the time for the reload, but now will be afforded said space and time. Reload successful. Gets Diaz back on his feet, but low on that blitz. It may be 4 versus 3, but don't count out Faze. But Vidiking falls, angle found from Volts, trade immediately from Salt, but Boxera 1 step ahead. Furia have been able to win this top floor battle, leaving KDS by himself and found and caught by Boxera. A 4th round acquired for Furia, and they're first on their attack.
Not done with just yet. Get those drums banging.
Good pivot. And a rather clean clear up above from Furia. They maintain touching distance. First rotation done. Let's see what the next two bands entail. Intrigued to see what Furia elect to
shield
pick off the board.
No.
Yeah, the mirror. Understandable here on Lair. Being played in every round.
Well, the Ying ban is interesting as well. Haven't really seen it at all from the side of Furia. And it leaves the shields up, and if they want, we saw them hover temporarily. Maybe the idea of Blackbeard of Blitz, that is a possibility later in this half. Well, back on Border, it was 5-5.
Come on.
Back on Fortress, it was 5-5. And here on Lair, can it go to 5-5? Bank really, now in hindsight, is the only map that's been incredibly one-sided, and that was still a 7-3. 7-3 to Faze, 7-5 to Faze, 8-6 to Furia, and now 4-5 on the fourth map. The Esports World Cup in the Siege Folklore has not provided, let's say, the best of grand finals, but this one's been pretty decent. How much longer will we go? 10th round, can Furia get it to 5-5? Or can Faze get their first grand final points? Master in R6 is a very difficult site to attack into. Furia will have to bring their very, very best. But no mirror to contend with this time. Instead, the Azami will be brought though for Faze. Just as much of a difficult operator to deal with.
Yeah, certainly can be.
Or Cyber lurking reception on the first floor.
Has been contained quite well though over the course of this series. Has Nitro ripped currently. So the pre-players in position for that ops entry. Or will it land? He doesn't have the info. It's a little bit too late. Diaz was on the boost.
Diaz fortunate. And also same on the timing for Volps and his positioning. So that Nitro goes astray. It's the only one they had. In terms of denial, they still have the Shamika launcher of Vidiking, the 3 gas babes of Handy. And there goes one, and a push-up from Boxera. He goes for the long-range shotgun down the hallway. Boxera opens up the round. It's been a 100% conversion rate up to this point. Faze starting to just move around a little bit. Disrupted here by this attack of Furia. Full mezzanine control, forcing out the Shamika launcher of Vidiking to keep them at bay. Herds has also opened up the balcony breach.
Oh, good read, but doesn't land the shot onto Soul's Sky Bridge.
They've at least forced Faze's hand. Faze is starting to just move around a little bit, having to backfill some positions. Gaps have been opened up. Now it's all about waiting out these flames. 12 bullets in the Shamika launcher still left. The good news for Furia, though, they've still got an entire minute. But the bad news, they just lost Herds trying to make his way in through that breach.
I don't like the fact that they don't have any deny.
They've just got to draw out this utility. There's a still win condition here for Furia if they can go deep.
Boxera again down the hallway as the rest have pushed into the site. Volps has got the kill on the KDS. KDS being dead has allowed Boxera to push through. Vidiking and Souls low on health. Here comes Boxera though again. Good flank. Souls in a 1 versus 2. He falls back. Diaz has got 3 kills, needs to go for the kit. Souls doesn't want to allow them to grab this, but a good death mark from Boxera signifies the position of Souls. Boxera to cover, while Diaz will go for the plant. He's got the position known of Souls. Diaz will get the plant down. 1v2 post-plant for Souls. We've not seen many comebacks. There's a chance for Souls to cross Furia here and now. But Diaz stands tall. Oh, what a round for Furia!
There's so many mistakes from Faze Clan here. Oh my god.
That was so close. A respectable attempt. So difficult into the Deimos. Heroics in that round from Furia. Boxera with a huge send lobby.
What a grand final. This feels like a coming of age for Boxera.
I don't understand why they're letting him
with
take
a big
this
send on
phase.
the Blackbeard in that round. They had to make some big calls in round 10. It's break point.
For the third map straight, we're tied at 5-5. The first time it went the way of Faze.
I don't like how they are just living with it.
Then Furia eventually in overtime got the job done, and here on Lair, round 11, 5-5, and basement we go. Could Furia do the unthinkable and win 2 maps straight to get us to map 5 and give themselves a chance, a fighter's chance at completing a full reverse sweep against Faze? They're so close, 2 more rounds and they can get to Clubhouse and do that, and all the pressure goes back onto Faze. And honestly, some of that perceived pressure of that 5th map and its potential may already be there on the shoulders of Faze. In the back of their minds, they realize what could happen if they lose this map of Lair. They'll back themselves in, though, on this basement site, which has been very difficult to attack into. The 2 straight for Furia give themselves a chance. Still, by the way, 10 rounds in,
Faze.
the opening kill has decided the round every single time.
You gotta stop with this
Nobody
fucking
inside
thing
of the
now.
server will want to put a foot wrong, but it's quick map control from Furia. This filter fight is
They
massive.
might push this over towards blue stairs, but the clash is there. Good decision from Faze to put Souls on the clash, anticipating aggression towards blue stairs.
Yeah, the clash won't mix well with the Blitz and the Blackbeard for Furia. But they don't have to full commit at this point. They have Vert establishing that now, courtesy of Herds on the sledge.
And you can go direct here on a potential pivot later, so perceived pressure, open up the floorboards, and look for the more direct hit. Still X-Kyra is available for Diaz. Oh, can Laura find a timing hit? No. Position also now known outside in courtyard.
Oh, this is
okay, don't ignore Boxera. He's always lurking. What the fuck?
Pop the Vulcan canister. It's Handy that found the opening kill and the follow-up from KDS. Here comes the Demon, though. He needs a big round alongside Boxera. Can he deal with the clash? Would make this round a little bit more winnable. No, Handy's
Thank
on
God.
the Faze now on the
Don't
verge.
ignore Boxera. He's always lurking.
Point.
Why don't you know that?
The back-to-back champs have been tested well and truly. But now have the chance to land the knockout blow. Round 12, grand final point for FaZe Clan to add the Esports World Cup trophy to that cabinet.
While the Furia fans will continue to cheer. They're still just 1 round away from pushing overtime. And who knows what may transpire if OT is needed.
Relieves the pressure valve, though, for FaZe and applies it entirely now onto Furia. Cannot make a mistake, cannot make an error. And while you did attack successfully this top floor, you'll have to now do it again. And the same tricks may not be able to work twice.
Come on, FaZe.
They will change it up,
yeah,
though. They will
oh boy.
also keep Volps on the blitz.
They need to win this now.
Do they go for the direct
The thing is, I'm worried about they get decimated on top for so many times where it, like, they should not be able to.
Brazen of calls usually come up.
Like, I don't like this because they lost so many times. FaZe Clan on top floor.
Grand final point for FaZe. They only get 1 chance at this, otherwise we go overtime.
I don't want to go overtime, please. Can you just win now, please?
All important. Still sits at 100% conversion. The call that you made, though, guys, doesn't seem like that's going to be the initial entry.
Unless it's a bait out. We've seen a lot of fake pushes from both of these 2 teams. Wouldn't be shocked if we see an attacking pivot. It doesn't have to be an early push here from Furia. They could go very late for that set play, but they need to try and maybe draw.
You gotta be aware of Boxera. He's always lurking at this point. They should know this by now.
You've got the gas bait, you've got the Shamika launcher. Souls will have the keeper barriers to keep himself rather comfortable inside.
They do commit though ops at the moment.
They certainly are.
There could be the ROU.
Are they doing post plan
out instead, and then cut side in
that
half to
they
make
doing?
Denial a little more challenging.
Because like they have only one C4.
Making sure Handy can't swing Mez and potentially deny.
I'm not having any mutes.
But as every second ticks down, more and more nervous, but it's Lawyer that finds the pick
Yeah,
over towards Server.
like,
That's drawn KDS over, but that's allowed Boxera.
Boxera again!
The gap
Going
has been
up
opened.
the missile,
Furia.
why?
They find the crucial opening kill, but it's the follow-up that now is more important. Deathmark activated
That is
from
so
Boxera
fucked up.
onto Cyber. But it's Fulps that will fall to Souls. The answer back is swift from Faze.
Will we see Furia freeze? Faze now in the lead.
They find the next two after losing the first onto Handy. And Loira's at half health. May come down to Boxera to be the hero. The newfound hero for Furia. 60 seconds remaining. Faze are oh so close to that trophy.
And Boxera given no other option but now to join the rest of the attack over towards Mez.
First cross made, shield screen goes up. Souls can't play off it, but he vaults. He may elect to push, avoiding a lot of utility.
Nitro!
Brain going down from Diaz. Nitro cell from Cyber.
Oh, team kill.
Onto Vidiking. Cyber still
Or it
needs
was
to
not
help out
team
more
kill,
than
sorry.
just that Nitro.
It looked like a
Lawyer
team
grabs
kill.
the Souls gets the kill. Boxera with 1, 2 to go.
30 seconds. Can he make the clutch work?
This would be the biggest play of his very young career. Boxera, you've got 20 seconds, son, to make the play of your life. He has the case, he has the decision in his hand, and he will go for the plant.
Does he stick or does he fake? Faze converge.
Enters the post plant, gives himself the chance, spots one, shotgun connects, now to swing and find KDS. Auditory information.
Yes!
Moment.
So close, yet so far.
From devastation in
Yes,
South
they
Carolina
won.
to elation in Boston. But it was a celebration as well.
Oh,
in
Diaz
Paris
is
already
crying.
earlier this year. Faze will celebrate
so
again
close.
in the City of Love as they win their first Esports World Cup
Oh,
championship.
she's crying.
And firmly set their sights on a third hammer in Brazil later next year.
Poor Boxera, though. Like, he is so fucking good. No, Boxera has a very bright future.
A job well done for Faze Clan. An incredible moment as they complete the trifecta. Never has it ever been done. Yes, KDS, you won again, huh? It is crazy. We'll wait for the team to
I got
finish
like
up
2 points. I
all the
knew we were
celebrations.
going to win today.
At this point, you've won it all.
I knew it.
Wait, what's? It's another trophy for you or what?
I got full
No,
points
this time is
for
special
today.
because we finally won everything in the game. So for me, it's amazing, and yeah, this is the best feeling ever.
You know, there's a better feeling than this. Faze, go first of all, celebrate all together because you have a key crush in just a second.
Yeah, Furia was
They're all
really
in with
good.
the crowd. You just have to give it to them. Faze Clan, no matter where they go in the world, there's always a crowd ready to cheer for them. Trifecta
Like, she's
complete.
more emotional than
A couple
he
more
is.
things remain in the celebration before they close out their day here. We'll bring out the rest of the team here as all the hugs go through.
The
And
cheering
we'll
actually
take them
worked.
to our key crush. Gentlemen, come on. Faze Clan, come here. Before you lift it, we're gonna go back. We were talking about a moment of celebration. You're gonna get to crush the key of one more opponent. They took them to the edge. They won one map against them in this best of 5 epic, and it almost went to map 5. And that is Furious Key awaiting for you in our crusher. It was the family
So
that all
video
together
again?
did this throughout this week. And now they'll be giving
Now
it
it's
to one of
Handy's
their
turn.
youngest.
Ah, nice of
Handy.
Cyber.
A world champion on his own. Screams have come in as you've heard them from his own misses. Here, it's screams of agony as Furia are down and out. Does that register 131 decibels for you? I'm not sure about it. The crushing, though, that goes all around the world. Gentlemen, Faze Clan, come on over, gentlemen. All of you, including you, Handy, come on over and go once again to what is rightfully yours. The moment they've all been waiting for. It seems that everything lines up for them, no matter where they are in the world. Faze Clan are inevitable, and they are your EWC champions!
They haven't lost a single match during this tournament, guys. Not a single match. Just remember that. They haven't lost a single time. And that is a huge
trifecta victory. An invitational.
That is such a huge
EWC. This time
team.
Happening
like, there is a huge team to be able to do that. Not many teams can do that.
Paris.
Everyone on YouTube, thank you so much for being here during this hours for the grand final and for the new season reveal. More information about the new season is coming up in a special video, so do check it out. If you have not subscribed to the channel or liked the stream, you definitely should, because like I said, I will be posting the new information video about the new season and what's coming up, and a little bit more along the way. So if you want to stay updated for that, you definitely should subscribe.